Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Peace, family. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Again, please hit that like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I actually like Thomas Sowell. I like Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell is one of the brightest thinkers in present, current black, I would say, black society. I like Thomas Sowell. But anyways, hit the like button and please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. Got a couple of announcements. Announcement number one, we are rolling to Cape Town. We are rolling to Cape Town. That is going to be March 25th through April 2nd. March 25th through April 2nd. We are rolling to Cape Town. If you're interested in joining us, please visit Danfo.Africa. Again, please visit Danfo.Africa. That's DANFO.Africa. We're also rolling to Senegal in May. That's May 9th through the 18th, for another jazz festival. And I'm sorry, the trip in March for the Jazz Festival in Cape Town, that's March 25th to April 2nd. Then we are rolling to Nigeria in August for the Oshun Festival, Zanzibar in September for the Safari Blue, and then we're doing Ghana and Ivory Coast in that will be November. So if you're interested in joining us, please visit Danfo.Africa. If you're interested in joining us, please visit Danfo.Africa. And yeah, I like Thomas Sowell. He's one of our great thinkers. Intelligent guy, great elder. Yeah, so absolutely I respect and like Thomas Sowell. Oh, Tucker Carlson co-signing FBA. Yeah, I did. We'll do a show on that tomorrow. We could do a show on that tomorrow. But today's topic, all right, some black folks, some black Americans need to self-deport. Here's why. Here's my reason why. Anybody telling you that black folks are next to get deported, and when I mean black folks, I mean black Americans, and I hate you, I don't, just in context, those who would be, by definition, FBA or ADOS, anybody telling you that you can get deported, they need to go ahead and self-deport themselves. All right, any black American, ADOS, FBA by definition, who says that we're next and we could get deported, they need to go ahead. Listen, don't stress yourself. Don't stress yourself. Just go ahead and self-deport. See what we have, and I know Donald Trump's in office, and I know a lot of people on the edge, I'm sorry, and paranoid, but we have people who, and it's a good market for it. It's like institutions, and it's a good market. You have a market out there for people who will create unnecessary panic and make up lies and overly exaggerate. And instead of folks doing the research and say, well, no, that's not true. Yeah, Trump said this. Trump is unhinged. I get it. But this individual, what they're saying in regards to Trump's statement is not true. And so they'll make up lies, they'll make up stories for you guys to panic. There are folks who are afraid to travel. American citizens. And I'm sorry, let me be specific. Naturalized, not naturalized, but black folks who were born here in America, whose parents, great grandparents, or whatnot are born here, who didn't naturalize, but who were born here, who are afraid to travel because in their minds, they have made up there's a possibility they can't get back into the country because of some Trump policy, which is just not true. But what is true? If you've naturalized, meaning you weren't born here and you got your visa and you met the requirements to become a citizen, whatever rules are. If you naturalize and if you break the law, you can lose and have your citizenship revoked. That's the law. But if you were born here, if you're a black American, they can't get rid of you. But there's some people who are putting out misinformation saying they can. And all I'm saying to that is, if anybody tells any black American that they're next to be deported, you respond to them, just go self-deport yourself, even if it's another black American telling you that, because it's no truth to that. That's all. Dennis, you remember the Halloween party at UGA? Yeah, I mean, I had a ton of fun at UGA. I was chasing snow bunnies at UGA, had the snow bunnies, and yeah, I had a great time at UGA. It was a great experience. I had fun. Yeah. Albert Hollis had an excellent time at UGA. Yes, sir. No secret. All right, guys, links in the chat room. If you disagree, if you think black Americans can be deported, the link is in the chat room. Click on that link. And you're more than welcome to call in and say, hey, Dinus, I got the answers. And you were wrong, Dinus. You're wrong. Again, if you disagree with me, and if you think or spreading the misinformation that black Americans could be deported, call in and tell me your reason why. That's all. That's all. And back it up with facts, because you never know. I might have missed something. I might have overlooked something. I might have missed something. I must have not gotten the memo. But listen, links in the chat room. Let me know. Say, Dinus, you're wrong. Here are the facts. You ain't got the answers, Dinus. I could trace my family back to 1884 when my great grandfather was born in Georgia. I don't know if black Americans had citizenship and were voting. I know political positions, but I don't even know political positions since 1776 or before. I thought we didn't get. I thought the 14th Amendment is what gave us. In fact, let's pull this up real quick. Was it the 14th Amendment? Was it no, it wasn't. Yeah, birthright citizenship. We'll listen to a couple different takes on it, so we could be balanced.
The 14th Amendment was designed to ensure full citizenship and equal protection under the law for the newly freed Black Americans in the aftermath of the Civil War. The 14th Amendment was designed to ensure full citizenship and equal protection under the law for the newly freed Black Americans in the aftermath of the Civil War. The amendment was ratified on July 9, 1868. Its primary purpose was to right the wrongs of slavery, guaranteeing that former slaves would no longer be treated as property, but as full citizens with the same legal protections as white Americans. However, in recent decades, the interpretation of the 14th Amendment has expanded beyond its original intent. The issue lies particularly with its citizenship clause. Birthright citizenship was once focused on protecting the rights of former slaves and their descendants, but now it extends to children born on U.S. soil to both legal and illegal immigrants. This shift raises questions about whether the amendment's original aim is being maintained or whether it's being used in ways that stray from its foundational purpose. This mutation of birthright citizenship has inadvertently shifted the conversation away from the very communities it was meant to protect. Concerns about unauthorized immigration and birth tourism have come to the forefront. These practices strain public resources and distort the legal immigration process. Yet these issues, while important, can overshadow the enduring legacy of the 14th Amendment's initial purpose. It was supposed to uplift Black Americans and provide them with full citizenship rights due to their history and attachment to this nation. In response to these concerns, President Trump issued an executive order attempting to end birthright citizenship for the children of non-citizens and unauthorized immigrants. Though this edict has already faced significant legal challenges by federal judges, President Trump's stance on immigration presents an additional layer of complexity. While his rhetoric would suggest he favors stricter illegal immigration, he also switched his stance on other matters for the 2024 campaign. Trump began to support programs like the H-1B visas, which allow U.S. companies to hire foreign workers for specialized positions. In industries like Silicon Valley, there's a demand for cheap labor, particularly in fields like artificial intelligence. Ultimately, as legal battles over birthright citizenship and immigration continue, the nation must reckon with the 14th Amendment's dual legacy. After the Civil War, the 14th Amendment included a clause to prevent those who had engaged in insurrection against the United States from holding public office. Many former Confederates had once sworn to support the Constitution, but then joined the rebellion. This provision was meant to protect the integrity of the government during Reconstruction by barring those who had taken part in insurrection from returning to power, unless Congress removed the restriction with a 2/3 vote. In 1872, Congress passed the Amnesty Act, lifting the ban for most former Confederates. but the clause itself remains in the Constitution and can still apply in future cases. It was designed to ensure equality for Black Americans, but its evolving interpretation raises questions about who truly benefits from these constitutional protections today. For Black Americans, the debate is not just about the rights of those born on U.S. soil, it's about the continued fight to ensure the amendment's original promise is honored and its protections are fully realized for all citizens. But let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. My name's Shane, and this is Civic Chief. Like these videos and subscribe for more. Share these videos wherever you can. I'm a new channel, just reminding my fellow Americans of their constitutional birthrights. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
What's a foundational white American? What's a foundational desire? You Haitian. What's a foundational white American? My Zoe brother. What's a foundational white American? I've never heard this term. I've never heard a white person say they were a foundational white American. Oh, Heritage Americans. Guys, links in the chat room. Links in the chat room. If you want to call in after the conversation, go ahead and call in after the conversation. If not, we'll go ahead and close out. I was reading somewhere. College Genesis sent me something interesting earlier today that the Congo might be going to war. Congo, Tanzania, Angola, some other countries might be going to war with Rwanda. You guys see that anywhere? That they might actually get the backing and go ahead and invade Rwanda? I don't think that's going to happen. But guys, links in the chat room if you want to call in. Go ahead and click on the link. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, but I thought there was a peace treaty deal not too long ago. I thought Trump brokered a peace treaty deal. For righteous black folks, go ahead and call in. For black righteous four, go ahead. Go ahead and call in. Go ahead and call in. You're always in the chat. Go ahead and click on the link and call in and let me know how you feel about the 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship. And now we'll go ahead and close out. Hey, everyone, shout out to Red DT. I can't. Now some of y'all handles I can't even read or understand. So there's Airy Rude Bois. Airy Rude Bois. FBA safe from deportation, but Trump men can be sneaky. Under 13th Amendment, once arrested, FBA and anyone else lose most citizenship rights. That's not true. Okay, what's the 13th Amendment? Let's go look up the 13th Amendment. That's the 14th. What's the 13th? Nah, people. Oh, guys, you got no. That's right. I got the. You guys have to because somebody was trolling. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can change it. That's right. Hold on one second. No, people were trolling. I forgot about that. No, so people were trolling. the other day, and so I made it where you have to verify yourself before you could come in. So that might be the issue. Hold on, let me see if I can remove it. Oh, here we go. All right, guys, we're good. Um, okay, guys, click on if you want to call in, click on a link. I'll remove the screener or the where you have to authenticate. I removed it. So go ahead and click on the link and call in. I'll remove this where you have to authenticate, so you guys can call in now. Here we go. Let me okay, let me pull this up.
Daily Dose. The 13th Amendment. 243 years after the first slaves arrived in North America, in 1862, during the height of the American Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln issued his Emancipation Proclamation, which gave Southern slaveholding states 100 days to rejoin the Union, at the same time ending the institution of slavery. When Lincoln and the Union failed to receive a response from the Confederate South, Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation turned into law on New Year's Day, 1863, declaring that all slaves are thenceforward and forever free. At the same time, Lincoln understood that his decree applied only to territories currently part of the Union states, but his proclamation's symbolic stand shifted the North's Civil War objectives from not only preserving the Union as a solitary nation, but for the abolition of slavery from American soil. Realizing that Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation would have no constitutional teeth after the end of the Civil War, Lincoln and the U.S. Congress began work on a constitutional amendment which would formally abolish slavery under federal law. In response, the U.S. Senate passed a proposed anti-slavery amendment in April of 1864. However, the process faltered in the House of Representatives when Democrats resisted its passage under the weight of an election year. After Lincoln was soundly reelected to a second term as president, in December of 1864, Lincoln's hands-on approach to the legislative process, combined with an emboldened Republican Party, to push the 13th Amendment through the House on January 31st, 1865, after the amendment passed with the required two-thirds majority vote of 119 yeas to 56 nays. Lincoln would not see the final ratification of the 13th Amendment, which passed the Senate on December 6, when on the evening of April 14, 1865, actor and assassin John Wilkes Booth murdered Lincoln at Ford's Theater less than a week after the end of the Civil War. Together with the 14th and 15th Amendments passed during the Reconstruction era, the 13th Amendment sought to bring about equality for African Americans. Yet pushback from Southern states saw the rise of black codes and Jim Crow laws, which continued to segregate African Americans until the Civil Rights Movement combined with voting and anti-segregation laws of the mid-1960s, making the 13th Amendment a vast step forward in America's slow embrace of racial equality. And there you have it, the 13th Amendment, today in the Daily Dose. Get your nerd on with the Daily Dose.
See, here we go with some more fear mongering. He could sneak it in under the 13th Amendment. Y'all just be making up anything and everything. Some of you guys just be making up anything and everything. Well, he can sneak it in under the 13th Amendment. What are you talking about? He can sneak it in under the 13th Amendment. Again, you guys just make up anything and everything. Menela, call in and explain your point, because I completely disagree. And again, we're talking here's more information. Y'all just want Black Americans to get deported so bad. I'm a trained oh Lord, you're a trained lawyer now. Oh God. Hey, Fannie Willis was also a trained lawyer, and Nathaniel, whatever his name is. I'm a trained lawyer. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. Here we go. Here we go with the resume. Like I said, Fannie Willis and Nathaniel, whatever his name is, were also trained lawyers. There are a lot of I'm trying to think of a word that's not too not too disrespectful. But you fill in the blank that are trained lawyers, so called. No, though I'm saying the ones that are spreading the misinformation and trying to scare people and telling them that is a possibility for Black Americans to be self-deported. You go self-deport. That's the point I'm trying to make. So people like Menelik needs to self-deport. Hold on, let me pull this up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. FBAs are safe from deportation, but Trump admit could be sneaky under the 13th Amendment. Once arrested, FBA, anyone else loses most citizens' rights. So again, Menelik needs to self-deport. Menelik needs to self-deport. Guys, links in the chat room, links in the chat room. I'll remove the verification requirement. So if you guys want to call in, you're more than welcome to call in. Again, links in the chat room. Links in the chat room if you want to call in after the conversation. Again, once again, give me the reasons why you believe that Black Americans will be deported. I'm ready to hear it. Where is the show? I don't, Kyla, what are you talking about? Click on the link. The show is right here. Boy, I knew a hater. I knew a hater was in our midst. I knew a hater was in our midst. Anybody that think E40 is better than rapper than Nas needs to self-deport. I knew a hater was here. I knew he was here. Go ahead, Kyla.
What's going on, man? So, what are you talking about? Negro self-deporting?
No. I'm what I'm saying is if any Black American, anybody tells a Black American that they're next and they could be self-deported, them themselves need to self-deport.
Yeah, like I said, I have a different controversial thing of this, right? I wish that we could be deported. To tell you the truth, there's some people, black people that do that. Do, I know I'm gonna people are gonna piss me off. I'm gonna piss people off. I'm gonna say this, right? Um, at what point in time, right, Diane, where some people like there's a thriving Black America out there. The only real threat to that is the dysfunctional Black America that still exists here. Imagine
And Kyla, that was somewhat we spoke on that somewhat yesterday, but Willie was like,
oh,
that's not a
well,
part.
I'm the only one with the cojones to say it, right? There's a dysfunctional portion of Black America that can only be solved with a nation state that's geared towards them. You cannot; those type of Black people, right, cannot survive as in a country where the majority of Black people are a minority group, because we can't offer them reward and punishment. That's very key. What I just said. If a country cannot offer reward and punishment, that's what it was, an African country or the Black African American situation in America. If you have illegitimize in China, in Japan, right? What happens, right? The Japanese have a thing. Okay, you get your education. You know how you see how hard they study for the exams and everything. There's a reward for what? Following the rules. You can see the end of the rainbow. Singapore, all these places like this. But it seems like in black countries, because just like in America, where white people are above us, in Africa, it's not white people directly above them, but they got the IMF, the World Bank, and debt, and external debt. So they can't provide reward and punishment for their people. That's the problem, right? So yeah, I do believe that there should have been some way how to get the black people who cannot assimilate into the American. That's probably no more than like 15% of the black population. That's causing like 90% of the problems. That's breaking, that's running, that's mobbing stores in New York. We had one in Norfolk the other day. There's raiding stores. What's it now? Everybody just a grab bag, running stores, take what the hell you want out there, and the police don't even bother arrest them anymore. There's like it's normalized. You know, this is what you have in Black America. This is what you have, and it's the thing is, I believe, Dias, right? I believe that white people are allowing this to happen. They're allowing black crime to fester and get out of control. So I don't know what their ultimate goal is, but right now, the that's what I'm gonna talk about my show tonight. The white people are at the point where they're ready for a race war. You know, this is not going to go back. Look, people don't seem to understand something, right? Black people have believed in this country even more than white people do. We went around the world saying that America is a beautiful country. Look how far we came. We forgave America and everything. All that's unraveling right before our eyes. So everything from Jackie Robinson playing the first thing to having a number 1 TV show, the Cosby Show, all that is about to go down the thing as America feels like it's under threat and it feels like black people are problem. Let me tell you something, Dice. When you see people like in Dearborn, Michigan, talking about we're gonna make America Islamic, when you got the transgender people out there being violent, we got Somalis and everything. You got Mexicans coming across the border saying La Raza, Reconquista and everything. Tell me why Black America, who's normally silent, is still public enemy number 1. You ever thought about that? I'm looking at these white guys. They're not saying you really do got Islamic insurgents in this country. You got left wing and they're working with Islamic insurgents and everything. But the thing is, white people for the most part don't feel nothing about that. The number 1 problem they think in this country is the people of Black African slave descent. So that's what you're up against in America. So, like I said, if you cannot assimilate into America with a good job, house, and family, maybe you should self-deport. Go someplace else. That's what I feel.
Mhm. Guys, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Also, link is in the chat room. Link is in the chat room. Kyle, they called you a mushmouth tether.
No, yeah, and suddenly I'm a tether, right? Now, Dinus, my ancestors came to what is now Virginia, North Carolina, Chesapeake region, right, and Georgia, right, in the 1620s. But somehow anytime black see this whole thing about Black America, like I said, I love I am Black America. I know that we're people full of hypocrisy. We're the most hypocritical people in the world. That is, the other day I seen a woman on TikTok, right? She's very dark skinned black woman. Not bad looking one like that. She had a blonde weave on, right? But she was making a video talking about some white girl with braids in her hair appropriating her culture. And what you get, what is Black America is the most hypocritical. We live in our hypocrisy. We worship whiteness. You see Beyonce Carter Country. She's
Hey,
like a white woman.
Kala, is she bleaching her skin?
Yes, she is. I said that. She's bleaching her skin. She's trying to get more paler, and she got that long, blonde, ridiculous looking wig down there. But Dinus, man, I'm on the run from the Beehive right now. I pointed that out on TikTok when they're threatening me and some of everything. I got threatened with physical violence and everything for pointing out the hypocrisy. You know. So Black America's full of hypocrisy, man. I don't know how we're gonna survive in the future being hypocrites. And let's be honest with ourselves, right? I love my black women, but it's unlike black men. Black women are very, very jealous of white women and Latino women, Asian women. It is what it is. Let's just tell it like it is, right? And what we're expected to do as a community and listen to their antics. The whole thing about that Cindy Sweeney thing, right? Instead of black women saying, whatever, I'm a queen to my
Sydney
own
who?
men, right? Black women out there saying,
Sydney
they're
who?
saying,
Hold
yeah,
on.
well,
Sydney, Sydney,
white men are
Sydney
choosing
who?
us
Kala,
nowadays.
Kala, Kala, Kala. Sydney who?
Sydney Sweeney.
That the girl with the good genes?
Yeah, the good gene. Black
Okay,
women
okay,
went
okay.
out
Go
there
ahead.
talking about bleaching their hair, talking about we look better, we wear it better, or something like that. You're talking about wearing blue contact lenses and bleached hair. Talk about the white man's going to choose you over Sydney Sweeney. This is
Hmm.
insane, and people get mad when I talk about this. But look, we're Black America is we're a sick people. I want to see my people heal, and we cannot heal as long as we carry this self hate around. And stuff. We live in a white majority country. How we survive that, we don't know. Your beauty standards and everything is based on every proximity to whiteness, right? Immigrants come over here, black immigrants, whatever, like they understand that, right? Because they got that country to fall back on there for a sense of identity. Black America does not have a homeland, anything to fall back on to give them some sort of reassurance. Now you've adopted Nigeria, Sierra Leone.
Correct.
Okay, so you have an escape. I got an escape. We're going to Liberia. I'm going in a few
Hmm.
weeks, right? I have an escape. You know, but the average black person in America lives in turmoil every day. And I'm not kidding me. This ADOS FBA is all about them trying to be proximity to whiteness. You see, Tucker Carlson now is embracing the ADOS FBA movement.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
You know, I was like, well, I don't know a whole lot, Dinus. I never claimed to do. But if you're getting bigged up and co-signed by Tucker Carlson, and you're black, I think you're doing something wrong. You know, and the FBA run around. Oh, we got mentioned by Tucker Carlson. That's a flex now. Yeah, some black people need to self-deport because America's destroying them. You know, that's my opinion.
but but self-deport to where?
Well, I would say like this, man. Look, my whole thing is this, right? The problem is black people have not built the sort of we could have did this years ago, right? We didn't make that transition from working class to savings, trust funds, and investment class. It's not white people. They have savings and trust and investments and everything like that. When they estate, they could move anywhere in the world because they got residual income coming in. We haven't moved that part. So therefore, we say move. When you go across seas, you ain't got no job. You're gonna starve, right? Other people could move around the world because they got things plugged all over the world. That's what I said about the idea of an African. We need to build communities all over the world with our own banks, all stuff like that, investment funds, all stuff like that, stock exchange, whatever we got to do, so we can move across the world. That's what I mean. So therefore, if you do want to move out of America, also temp agencies. They got temp agencies where you can work all over the world. If you got a skill or whatever like that, when they get you a job, you can get jobs where you don't have to really burden the local people. That's in Mexico. They travel, and these foreigners they travel all over the world with their own employment agencies, employing their people, plugging their people in. That's how they're able to move around. That's the advantage they have over us when they come here. They're organized. Black people in America, man, are going to be pushed into a permanent underclass. That's one thing
Hold
to
on
be
one
an
second.
underclass in
Hold on,
white
hold on, hold
America.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on one second. Kyla, that was linked to life insurance that African Americans couldn't get into the 1970s. That's not true. Alonzo Hurton? Atlanta Life Insurance,
Yeah, North Carolina
life
Mutual
insurance
Life
company was
Insurance, man.
selling life insurance like in a yeah,
And like in the
yeah, that's not
1800s and
true.
whatnot, worth $100 million.
Yeah. That's not true. But go
Yeah,
ahead, Kyla.
so the bottom line, all this misinformation about us, and the bottom line, high time for that. Like I told Dinus, and I'll bless you with this story on your show, right? In 10, I was in New York City, right? I went to New York City. What did I go up there for? Oh yeah, I went up there to bring my mom down for a visit, right? But I stayed for a week, right? I stayed for a week. I went to my cousin Tisha's graduation ceremony at City College in the Bronx, right? Now I used to go to this area in the Bronx when I was a kid and everything like that, and I realized that the whole area had completely changed, right? When I was growing up, the area was mostly Jewish, Italian, some black people, Puerto Ricans, and stuff like that, Irish, whatever like that, Germans, whatever, right? This time when I went there, the Diamonds, I didn't see nothing friggin' American at all the people graduating, all the people like they had all the ceremonies set up when I were foreign flags and everything like that. And I'm saying to myself, all the graduates, right? Besides my cousin and a couple other people, most of the black people graduate were foreigners, right? They're gonna graduate from city college and go on to get their bachelor's and master's and everything. They're gonna go right into the professional world, right? And I'm saying, why is black college enrollment so friggin' black American college enrollment is so down, you know? So these people are coming here and they're going to be pushed right into the middle class, right? Right into the middle class in a couple of years, where black people are still sitting talking about our jobs are being outsourced. We're still blue collar people for the most part. So, like I said, in a couple of years, all the FBA people, you're going to be FBA, but you're going to be an underclass underneath people who once lived in refugee camps. They're coming over here and they're replacing you. How's that feel? Because a lot of black people, you got two things you got to do. If you're in America, do the best you can, get your education, learn how to like beat the game. I beat that system. I built my agency playing that game. Now I got white people working for me. So either you do that, or what you do is you get your passport and you get the hell out of here. There's only two ways. But sitting on the fringes of American society, complaining and waiting for the next George Floyd situation, right? I think black people are tired of that. Wasn't there somebody shot in Florida or Atlanta somewhere, and no one's even saying nothing?
I mean, I'm not sure what are you referring to? What
No, I'm saying
shooting?
somebody was shot by police in the back, just like a few days ago, and now it doesn't even.
Uh,
People just
I don't know.
yeah. Well, look it up. Somebody was shot. Black man was shot in the back, right? Now, we thought that we were going to rise up. Remember that? We're going to rise up here. Now, police shootings happen. Black people are so freaking sick. They don't even bother. It's like, they just accept it. But the big thing is, the people that hate the most are worried about is immigrants, black immigrants. There's something seriously wrong with our culture and our community. Black America is really falling apart. That's what I got to say. Anybody want to come up here and refute that? Or want to debate me on that?
Now link to the chat room. I mean, people are more than welcome to call in, but they're not.
What else is there? If black people don't freaking try to assimilate, another thing, Diane, you ever notice that our people, black people, are so fucking lawless? Excuse my language, so fucking lawless, right? I've noticed that when I hear when other people talk from around the world, they understand that we need police. We understand that we need courts. We understand we need laws. Everybody, come from a third world country, they understand. The police are there for a reason. They're not there to be liked, you know? Black people in America, they always talk about defund the police. We don't need police. Jail is racism and stuff like that. You know that idiot? What's her name? What's her name? That was went to trial. Light skinned lady from Connecticut. That Angela Davis, right?
Okay.
You know this is how I know how dangerous it is, Dinus. This chick actually said, no lie, said hopefully one day we're gonna abolish prisons altogether. And I would ask the question is, okay, so what do you do about criminals? Well, you just go out there and try to reach out to them. No, no, no. There's a thing called reward and punishment. That thing of reward and punishment is something Black America does not believe in. Any sort of reward comes from the white man. Any sort of punishment comes from the white man. So we don't have control over any sort of existence in America. So how can you? Because so the only thing is, Black people need to move to a Black country. Where you're gonna get reward and punishment if you integrate into that society. You know. But in America, the long as there's a white man, the white man has no no will to integrate you and give you a reward, right? Well, there's exceptions, and also punishment. He'll punish you, right? But that's only when you cross him. They don't care about the crime in the black communities. They don't care about that. They basically let the crime exist so they can say, look, see, this is why we got to send the National Guard in. This is why we got to do this. This is why we need qualified immunity. That's what it is. That's what you're dealing with, you know. And when I say that to people, I can imagine what the chat room's saying right now. That
Yeah, let's see here. If Black Americans move to another country, they still won't have power and control in that country.
Oh yes, they will. If you're organized, you will. You have a chance. I'm serious. You know, if you go to a black country and you're organized, the problem when you go to other black countries, you think, oh, I'm here in Africa. I want to know you need to be organized. Just like black immigrants, when they come here, they're organized. Black people in America refuse to organize. Black America is your tribe now. You need to organize around that, your common heritage when you go to Africa, right? Not saying you can't be part of the African society, but when it comes to business and investment clubs, you should be organized around the people you came there with. You know, that's what immigrants do, you know? So if you are organized and everything like that, you got money and you're self sufficient. You could build your own clinics. You could contribute to the economy and everything. Yeah, you'll have power in that country. You'll have power and influence in that country. You know, so I don't buy that nonsense that if you move to a black country. Now, if you move to a country messing around and being dusty, yeah, of course, you know. You go over there, not doing anything, not bettering yourself, not building, and not creating. Yeah, yeah, you won't be having any power. But if you're organized and you do it right, if yeah, you could have some power. I see it. You know.
All right, go ahead, Prince Steve. Unmute yourself.
Yeah. Should Black Americans self-deport? I think so. I think a
Hey,
lot of
Prince, are you on speakerphone or Bluetooth?
Bluetooth.
Talk directly into the phone, please. Your Bluetooth. You got that's an Obama Bluetooth, one of them flea market. The gas that's a gas station Bluetooth you're using.
Can
Talk directly to the phone,
you hear me
please.
better now?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll just work with it.
Yeah. So, I think a lot of us do need to self-deport. I just think that the direction that this country going, we just don't know what's going to happen in the next year or two. It's just chaotic. It's going to get more chaotic. We probably have potential wars that's going to occur. Looks like we're going to get in a war with Iran and maybe other countries. I think war is going to
Hold on.
reach
Did you say?
U.S.
Hold on. Did
home.
you say we should deport to Iran?
No, no, no. Because of conflicts that might ensue here in the U.S.,
Yeah.
we need somewhere to deport to.
Let me ask you a question, right? Um, I like I said, I would have to say the Muslim community in Michigan and Dearborn, Michigan, Minnesota, and these people openly calling for jihad, war, some of everything and whatnot. Uh, I mean, openly saying that we never did that. Black America never did that. You know, never advocated for foreign insurgency. Because we never did that. You got Mexicans and Central Americans like Venezuela coming across the country, taking over whole cities and all stuff like that. A real threat, threatening shooting, I mean, even shooting, killing police. You got all these things going on. Why is it that Black America seems to be when you look on social media? Why is it when they talk about the biggest problem is Black America? Why is that?
Um, because when you look at most of the crime in the major cities, we are responsible for it in terms
Hold on,
of
no, no. Let me
homicide.
ask you a question. That's not true. We get blamed for crime. I remember one time, every time I seen, this is what I noticed about Minneapolis a few years ago. Right? They show a Somali gang, but they didn't put their names up there, and so therefore, and they didn't really show their faces up there. So it looked like you know how they have the thing where it's like a camera, and they don't zoom in. It's like a store camera or something like that. And so therefore that goes out there and it automatically triggers in people's mind African American. A lot of the crimes in these countries, cities are committed. Like you go down to Florida, a lot of the crime and gang violence is by Haitians. You know, you go to New York and whatnot. You got Guyanese, you got friggin' Panamanian gangs. You got all these people, Jamaicans, all these other people. But we get stuck with the bill. We get stuck with paying the bill, right? For example, a lot of the gang stuff that you have in Los Angeles, that's mostly Belizeans, Crips, and all that stuff. They're mostly from Belize. That's serious gang
Well,
problem.
LA don't really have a black population like it once did. So,
Well, they do
I
got a
mean,
black population, but I'm saying is the gangs. A lot of the gangs in LA were people who immigrated into. Not trying to blame the people of Belize, but well, anytime somebody comes across the border and comes to this country and they're black, people don't. The media deliberately does not say, "Oh, this was a Nigerian," Or I seen some a couple of years ago. There was this Liberian guy, right, who did some really, I don't know, Ghanaian or whatever. It was in Georgia. He killed his wife or something like that, right? It just some real heinous shit. It was in Georgia or South Carolina. I can't remember. Anyway, the way they played it in the media, like, oh, I said, then people start saying, wait a minute, we don't do shit like that. I guess he was beating his wife, whatever, like that, and then he ended up killing her, and he got arrested and whatnot. And everybody started saying, that's what they first started saying, a pattern that we start seeing when you start seeing these domestic cases where men beating their wives and whatnot. And when they don't talk about the people's background, the average white person, even black people, and everybody assumes that's a black American. When you see criminal gangs in New York, you automatically assume they're black American. We get stuck with the tab, so everybody makes it seem like uh, uh, all the crime committed by the Venezuelans, whoever it is black America, and that's not the case. That's what I saw.
All right, go ahead, Sam, man.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, did you
No, I'm good.
know that the United States has the largest prison population in the entire world?
We got a lot
Do
of
Yeah.
you be,
criminals.
yeah, so do you think that human beings in the United States tend to be more criminal minded and violent than human beings in other places? Or do you
No,
think that it's just the business of the United States to lock people up?
no, I just say I don't believe in that. Not, one thing I hate, and just all due respect, man, I hate when people say it's the United States. Look, when you're driving down, walking down the street, right, and then people always make it seem like, man, I was just walking down the street, minding my business, man. Then Popo just bagged me up or not. But what did he bag you up for, Pookie? Well, I had a couple of bags of rock I was slinging, doing some something, something and whatnot, And I borrowed somebody's car without talking about it when you carjacked it. No, 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 man. I was just borrowing it, for to do my transaction, and he found a bunch of kilo of cocaine in my back. But that's no reason to lock a brother up. The criminal justice system is racist. Look, at some point in time, right? Like I said, I don't think that's because black people, a lot of black men in particular, our development has been arrested. We stay perpetual children. Like when you're a child, right? You think like a child, right? Your parents tell you eat your broccoli. They tell you eat breakfast. They tell you wash behind your ear. You don't like it, right? But then when you get a certain age, right? They don't have to tell you anymore because you take on that
Okay, so we
responsibility.
still haven't gotten down to the core of the issue here. So the core of the issue is the United States has the largest prison population in the world. Now you're telling me that human beings in the United States are more criminal minded or more
No,
violent
we
than
have
human
a hold on.
beings
We
in
have
other places in the
350 million
world.
people in the world, and a lot of times in America, America has the money to put people in jail. In other countries, crime is not even reported, and criminals walk free. They can do whatever. Now, why do you think these Somalis came over here? Think they come from these people coming from lawless countries. The Nigerian guy that got busted in California for Medicaid fraud. Some Haitians did it in the East Coast, right? These people coming from lawless countries, right? They were coming from, so they don't understand that
Caller, your minutes dried up. You got to recharge your phone, caller.
Well, I was
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
go
So
ahead.
basically, the issue here is that okay, yeah, there is a crime in other countries, and United States has a fair amount of crime as anywhere else, but at the same time we got to look at the United States and say that okay, are they putting in the mitigating circumstances necessary to keep people from committing crimes? Is it the culture of the United States, or is it just they allowing the human beings in the United States just to run wild? Because if you go to a lot of these other countries, the culture isn't to be distill from your brother. The culture isn't to kill each other. You know what I'm saying? But in the United States, it's like mano y mano. You know what I'm saying? It's a culture of um, um, eye for an eye. It's a culture of um, just violence in general. So I think that's the core of the issue. No, as for like what was the basis of the you could go ahead, brother.
Um, I don't think that the United States is the most violent country in the world when you start talking about civilians. My mom is from Jamaica. When I go to Jamaica, it's some dudes they'll kill you quicker than somebody would here. So if you go to like a lot of the Caribbean islands and you go in Latin America, you got a lot of. I think it has something to do with poverty more than anything. So people that come from like severe poverty, there's going to be more crime in those neighborhoods. There's going to be, drug trafficking is going to be a good source of income. But I don't think that we're the most violent. Now, out of the first world countries, or what they consider to be developed countries or white countries, we are the most violent of those. But honestly, man, you got some really violent areas in Mexico, Jamaica, Virgin Islands, um, Colombia. There's dangerous places everywhere, man. Dangerous people. So
Yeah, and
it's
I
just a part of
agree.
human nature.
Yeah, I agree. It's in Brazil. There's a lot of violence in Brazil. A lot of violence. I heard like South Africa was considered the most violent country in the
They
world
don't.
for.
And these countries don't even report all their crimes and murders and everything. So if everybody did accurate reporting when that America is basically have a low crime rate if everyone did that crime statistics accurately. Most countries don't have the filings things, and crime is not reported. Because police don't get paid much or they don't have the resources. To keep
So,
up
what
with it.
is the difference between the culture in the United States and the culture of a country that has low crime? What is the
Well,
difference?
if you really look at 350 million people, America has a low crime compared to people have a billion interactions with every day, and there's still only like less than 100,000 incidents of crime in a given year. So it's still kind of low compared to the rest of the world. Colombia and all these other people, El Salvador, up until this maximum prison was built, right? People were getting killed every day, just every day of the hour. South Africa has a huge problem with gangs and stuff like that. All these countries are full of violence and whatnot. People, kidnappings. Philippines got a problem with kidnapping. Kidnapping is non existent in America, really. Kidnapping is like a occupation in a lot of countries, developing countries where some people are real poor, some people, and you got a few rich people. If you're a rich person living outside of America, there's a good chance you could be kidnapped. But America has, since the Charles Lindbergh case, right, and has the death penalty for kidnapping. You know, holding
Yeah,
somebody for
well,
ransom. You know,
I heard like in I'm not sure if it's the Philippines or in the South Pacific Islands, but one of the presidents there, he went and did a public execution of all of the heads of the cartel members, and then
yeah,
and
well, they do
buried them
that.
out
Yeah,
in the
that's
jungle.
Zawarta. That's Zawarta. And also Singapore, if you get caught bringing drugs in, right, it's the death penalty, without ask. So, in other words, basically, if America got tougher on crime, right, and instituted a death penalty for gang initiation, gang activity, or stuff like that, yeah, crime would drop dramatically. But America is the type of country we spent the last 50 years convincing the world that we're so racist and so criminal justice is so unfair. I'm like one of those persons. I don't give a shit. I'd rather have safe neighborhoods. Because look, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I'm sick and tired of basically people telling me that to live in a black neighborhood, things like not have to worry about my car getting broken into because I had it happen. Not friggin' have to worry about a gunshot bullet coming through my window at night, or come outside and see there was a shootout on my block and friggin' there's bullet holes in my car. I went through all that shit. And I'm saying to myself, so in other words, basically, somebody says, and also not having a homeowners association in any given black neighborhoods, or just neighborhoods not being kept up and everything. So therefore, somebody telling me that that's the normal way of being black in America. If you're gonna live around black people, is to live with less. I'm gonna accept that. And so therefore, I'm like this. I'm a law and order type of guy. You know, I'm doing what I'm for what's right and everything. I do believe black people have the right. The poorest black person have the right to live in peace. You should not have to work 3 years. Say 3 years. If I can make it 3 years, I'm gonna get that raise and I can move out here, and whatnot. You should be able to live in a poor community that doesn't have no money, but the people are peaceful, decent, hardworking, and stuff like that, law abiding. That's
Okay, so what about the issue of all of the guns that's on the streets now?
well, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. We have states like Virginia, where I live at, states like Indiana, and you got the. That's why I said we can never live in peace with these people in this America, white people, because they believe in oh my guns, and these people make fortunes, and they know these guns are going to end up on the streets. Now, despite all these years, that tells me that they want it like that. It used to be a time.
Yeah, because you
Uh,
could take the biggest coward. You could take the biggest coward, give him a gun, and he turns into a tough guy. But as soon as he goes to prison,
my point. I'm trying.
That,
he's the biggest bitch in there, getting fucked in the ass.
This is my point. I'm trying to make. States like Indiana, right? That basically have the same racist white people talk about black crime, but yet they got racist buddies who are shipping guns to undisclosed people on the black market, stuff like that, and there's no accountability about gun sales. People, you go to gun shows, buy a whole bunch of guns and whatnot. There's no tracking of guns in this country. Now you got ghost guns, guns that can be made with 3D printers. So the gun culture was destroying the very fabric of the inner cities. That's why everyone's moving out of the inner cities. It's not. There's no more black communities anymore. That's just what it is.
It's just too easy to take someone's life with a little $250 pistol. You
Yeah.
know,
So the bottom line. So if there's a government of America has no intentions of doing this because they don't want to piss off the NRA and there's like what other choice is there? The only choice is if black people want to be safe, we need our own space. We need our own land. We need our own everything where we can have the death penalty for.
Yeah, that's Carlos Obama phone. We got to go ahead, Elvis.
All right. Thank you, Dinus, and hello to the panel. I hope my microphone is good. What do you mean when you say self-deport for African Americans? Like those who are quote unquote FBA lineage, they should self-deport where?
When did you tune into the show?
About like the 42-minute mark when Carla was talking.
Okay,
So I
okay,
see
okay.
the title.
So you missed it. Okay, no. So what I'm saying is people that are peddling fear, saying that Black Americans are next. Those
you
people need to
asking
self-deport.
Dinus that question?
No, it's the title of the show.
Right. So Elvis. So people who are peddling
Okay, yeah, I don't hear
fear
anyone talking. I
mongering.
don't know what happened to the
Fear,
show. Did it
that, that,
drop or
that, that,
something?
that, 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 that's you, Sam, man. Can you hear me, Elvis?
I
Yeah, I
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay. So anyone that is promoting that Black Americans are
Yeah, I don't know what he
next.
means by self deportation.
I mean, golly, man.
There's
Let
some
me let
places that we
Sandman.
can deport. I mean, not
You you
deport.
you got you got to let me. Sandman, I guess he can't hear. All right. So anyone, right, who's promoting that Black Americans could be deported and saying that we're next, them themselves need to self-deport. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
But when you say self-deport, that means that they came from another country, but they've been here. They only got another.
That's my point, Elvis. There are literally people on there are little people on the internet saying that Black Americans are. In fact, we got a guy in the chat room who claims to be a lawyer, who's saying that Black Americans can be deported. And I'm saying if anybody tells you that, your response is you go ahead and self-deport.
That's a
Yeah,
just.
so, okay. So I guess it's a rhetorical or satirical point that you're trying to make. Okay. Yeah, but like on the issue of prison population, right? And again, I know Kyler was on. I hope he's listening. When you say that black men deserve to be in prison because they're violent, that's a stereotype of white people. It's not that black people don't commit crime. It's that they're over policed. They are caught more because they're civilians more. They're civil more.
That's a bunch of nonsense.
Hold on, Kyler, please. And then they are given extended sentences more. More black men are convicted and given multiple years. Where a white person, a white teenager for doing the same crime will probably get probation, or supervised release. So as a black man, I've never been to prison. I don't know if any of you has been to prison, but certainly our communities are more heavily policed.
Elvis,
Our
let me
punishment
tell
is
you something.
more
Let me tell you
severe.
something.
Carlo, you got to pause, brother. You got other people on the panel that's trying to speak, right? So if you're making an argument that black men deserve to be in prison, yeah, sure. Some people who commit crime deserve the punishment. But it's been widely researched. There's been documentaries. There's been studies that black people in this country is over policed and over sentenced, and a lot of them doing major time for things like drug offenses and things like most white people will get a slap on the wrist of very little time when they're caught with those same offenses. So I mean, that's your opinion. I know you're conservative, you're a MAGA guy, so maybe you want to regurgitate the talking points
It
of
ain't.
MAGA.
I
But
mean, Elvis,
looking at the
this has
statistics,
nothing to do
black
with
people are
MAGA.
over and
It has
disproportionately
MAGA.
criminalized in this country, and that's a fact.
This has
I'll
nothing
pass
to
the
do with
mic.
MAGA. It has nothing to do with MAGA. The bottom line is this, right? When I was a kid, being black in America, right? My people, my uncle, my grandfather always tell me a couple of things, right? Stay away from white girls. And you're gonna have to friggin' always be an example. You're always representing your community, your race at all times. You got to work twice as hard of the white person to be accepted. This life is not fair, and the bottom line is these people don't like us. That's what I was taught. That's what I was taught since I was a kid. So therefore, I come in that world, right? I saw temptation in front of me, right? When I got over, I had some of my friends went into the drug. I said, no, man, I don't trust these people. I never did. I said, I had white friends when they out there doing all kinds of stupid shit. I had a friend of mine. Now I found out he works on Wall Street now. I said, after all that shit he did, if I understood everything was prophesied. He could do all kinds of shit, man. Fucking steal cars, do all kinds of I mean, all kinds of crazy shit. I knew that I could not do what he does. I was taught that. The problem is when you have black people out there who will listen to liberal nonsense that this is supposed to be some fair country or whatever like that, or where I expect this country to be harder on me because this country enslaved my ancestors. So what the hell do you think it's going to do to me? I
No,
don't
there are
fall into
people
that
who are
trap.
trying to make this country fairer. The people who try to
But
bring
yo,
more
look,
justice to black people
that's
who have been
oh, that's the yo,
marginalized
that's
and
yo,
over
that's yo, that's
policed.
the oh, that's what I hate more than anything. I really hate more than anything, right? If I ever in front of a white liberal, he says I'll smack him right, I'll punch him right in his mouth.
Oh,
Because
Colin.
the bottom line is this. That's how black people fall into this freaking trap. You know? We're gonna try to make things fair. No, they know they have no ability to change this country.
Tyler, who do you know that it's liberal groups that go into prison and free black men and women who were wrongly
I mean, they do
convicted?
it for themselves and
Do you
whatnot.
know
Oh
that?
yeah, they do it for themselves.
These are liberal groups who go
Well,
and free
how
black
many
men and
times did
women
that
who
ever
were
happen?
wrongly convicted and
How
spent
many
20,
times did
30
that
years
ever
of their
happen?
life in prison
Yeah, but how
wrongly?
many times did that ever happen?
Many times. You see it on the news multiple times,
No.
at least two
I
or three
said, yo,
times a
look,
year.
I
You
know,
see it where somebody is
they'll take
convicted
some
of a
real,
crime they didn't
well, some
commit.
rare case, but the bottom line is this: the bottom line is I'm sick and tired of people going around thinking like the black man is susceptible to crime. Like we basically need some white people to always get us out of their jails and whatnot. I mean, most of us are not involved in the criminal justice system, so why is that our identity centered around the criminal justice system and whatever like that? We don't need fucking white liberals, Elvis. We don't need them. You
Oh
know.
yeah, you need conservative to give you
I'm not a
more.
conservative, you know.
No,
We
no,
don't
you
need
are.
conservatives
You're
either,
just
you know.
ashamed to say that you're conservative.
But conservatives stay
You're
away from us.
conservative, Kyler. You're
Oh no,
conservative.
conservatives
You're
stay
licking
away
the
from us,
boots
you
of
know.
Donald Trump and these white maggots.
There's nothing that conservatives have that I want. There's nothing liberals have that I want.
Except
We've
you
been
voted for
like
Trump and
this.
you keep touting his
I
policies.
don't know. Look. Let me tell you something. Look, a broken clock's right twice a day, right? You know. Sometimes things intersect. Some things about the liberal agenda I do agree with. You know,
Kyler, let me
like
get your opinion on this. In all seriousness,
hold on. I'm
hold
for
on.
gun control. That's not a conservative talk. I'm strongly for gun
I
control.
have a question, bro. Let me ask my question. Donald Trump said on the plane, I think 2 days ago, that the civil rights movement did more damage to white people. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that. That was stupid what he said. You know,
Okay, I'm
that's
glad you
dumb.
saw it.
That's dumb. That's dumb. You know, the bottom line is
No, it's
that's
not dumb. It's racist, and
yeah,
you're
it's
too
racist.
coward
Now,
to say that it's
The
racist.
bottom line is this. Hold up.
Colin, let me interject. You know what's interesting? People like Elvis will bring that up, but when Joe Biden came on and said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black,"
That's
but
perfectly okay.
man, he just didn't, he just didn't, he didn't mean it. We
Yeah.
love Joe Biden. That's why that argument is so stupid. But go ahead.
Yeah, so
But he
bottom
was
line
wrong
is,
for
you
saying
got
that. But still,
Donald Trump. You got Donald Trump. He's fighting for his real political life right now because he loses at midterms. So he's gonna throw out any raw meat out there. You know, Donald Trump don't believe that shit. You
No,
know.
but I thought he was on your side, Kyle. I
Oh
thought
no,
he
no,
loved the
yo,
black
Elvis, it's
Americans, only
politics.
hit
I
of the
don't
African
believe that.
immigrants.
Hold up. The only issue I told you all the time I cared about was the men getting out of freaking women's sports and closing the borders and deporting illegal. That's my issue, right? That's it. Those are two issues I voted on. You know, in 2016, I voted against Donald Trump because he wanted to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. You know,
Yeah,
so I voted
people who
against. I voted
supported the
against the
Nazi, they wanted Germany to have their pride back. They wanted a better economy. They got that, and then they got a lot of side effects. Like killing the Jews. Killing people that did disagree with you, the handicaps. And killing like almost 50 million
Hey, yo, Elvis, nobody's gonna
German
kill
people.
nobody. Nobody's gonna kill nobody. You know,
No, no, that's how it starts, Colin. You think those people knew that
so
World War II was going to happen when they were supporting the Nazis?
you really think that these people are capable? You know, there's 45 million black people in this country. We're not just sitting ducks. You know, there's 45 million of us in this country. When at any time we could bring, when we brought a million black men plus black men to D.C. in 1996 and whatnot, the place they all fucking ran, and they ain't no way but shut up. We remember, you know.
Colin,
So the bottom line is
hatred
this.
and
Look.
ignorance cause people to bring upon their own destruction on themselves.
Oh, what destruction?
That's what
What are you
always
talking about?
happens.
You know?
When you hate a group of people and you're
Oh yeah. So
ignorant on the
hold
topic, you
on.
tend to
Elvis,
vote.
Elvis,
You
we're
tend to vote
capable.
for people who
Hold on.
will
We're
bring
capable of the
about
same
your own
hate.
marginalization and
Yeah,
destruction.
but hold on. We're not victims here. We're capable of the same hate.
Oh, okay. That's my first time
Everybody's
hearing it.
victims
The
there. So what's the difference?
Genesis and these people are not as victim in America. Okay,
Hey, I'm not
I
a
hear
All
you.
right,
victim.
I got. Let me pass the mic to Jay. Go ahead, Jay. Unmute
I'm
yourself.
telling you, man, I gotta take notes when I listen to these panels. It's just too much, man. Man, Kala, man, you my boy, man. But I tell you what, bro,
I'll tell you what, because
you you
I
you
don't
you
believe I
you
don't
you
believe in the
too
liberal
you
nonsense you
too
believe in.
you're too pessimistic. And I've heard you say it before. You want to see the destruction of this country. You see what I'm
No,
saying? And you
I
think,
would not say that.
and
But
I've
hold on.
heard
But
you say it
what I'm saying is,
before.
I am sick and tired
You
of propping
want
up
to
a
see the
lie. I think
destruction of this
America's a
country.
lie.
And guess what, Kala? When you build your black society, it's going to be hell.
So it'll be
Because
my hell. It
exactly,
will be my hell. Look,
exactly
hold up, but hold up. Yo,
because you're
look,
so pessimistic.
hold up. I'd
You're
rather have
so
my hell on earth.
angry. Maybe
Hold
you
up,
should have dated a
I'd rather
white
have
woman,
my
bro.
hell on
Maybe
earth
your
than
uncle
a
should
white
not have
man's
told
hell.
you don't date a white woman. We'd have been better off. We'd have a
Yo,
better
look,
color.
look, yo, John. I'd rather have my own hell than basically deal with this. I look at the destruction of Black America. What we're saying right now. Right
What
now, we can't
destruction are you
control
But Kyler, we're
crime.
talking
We
trying to
about,
can't
hear
do
Kala?
nothing.
John.
There's
You didn't even
hell
let
on
the
earth right
brother
now.
made his point. We're trying to
What
hear what he got to
destructions are
say,
you
Kyler.
talking about, Kala? You can't even admit you're up here talking about crime. And you're talking like we're living in the 1980s. You're talking about when you grew up in the 1980s, LA had 1,000 murders. Now they have 1 million more people, and their rates are like 300. So it's getting better. What are you talking about? In the civil rights
Oh,
movement,
whoopie do.
we're marching because we can't vote. Now you're standing there, you're voting for Donald Trump.
Yo, look,
And you can vote. No
the
one's
bottom
killing
line
you
is,
to do that.
like I said, how about this? Why don't you guys put up a candidate that I can vote for on your side?
Brother, we can't put up look, I can't stop a racist from being racist. The racist has to
And I
stop
don't really
himself
care
from being
about.
racist.
I don't really care
I
about
can't
racism.
stop
Yo,
you.
look,
I can't
hold on,
stop
John.
you.
You understand
I
something,
can't.
right?
One second. One
Hold
second.
on. White
No, I just
racism don't
started
affect
talking.
me.
I
They
just
can't do
started talking.
nothing.
One
You
second,
know.
Carla. I can't stop you from voting for the destruction of this country. Only you can do that. You see what I'm saying?
I could care
You're
less
talking
about what
about the
happens.
Million Man March. Who was the president when we had the Million Man March?
We have Bill Clinton. They're
That's
lucky.
why they didn't do shit about it because they believe in the First Amendment.
Nah. Well, the
This
bottom line is
guy,
this.
this guy don't believe in that shit.
Well, the bottom line is this. Hey,
Yeah,
look.
well,
I think we should.
hold on. When did Donald Trump try to shut down anything equivalent to the Million Man March?
Let me ask you a question.
No, Jay, I asked you a question, bro. I asked you a
What's the
question.
question, Dynas? Because there's going to be some wild
Well,
questions that he's
I
giving.
said, when did, okay, you said Donald Trump doesn't believe in the First Amendment. When did Donald Trump try to shut down anything equivalent to the Million Man
You
March?
let the
Okay,
media speak.
when you had all them protests, the Black Lives Matter protests and all that. He was talking
Okay.
about sending troops in, and when the looting
Why,
started,
You know, he went to
Jay,
burn
stop.
everything
Hold on,
down.
hold on. No, Jay, stop. I live in Atlanta. Okay, they were burning shit down. People were getting shot. Little
They
girl
even
got
burnt down
killed.
CNN.
Well, hold on. Okay, in the Million Man March, the brothers was organized. They were respectful. They didn't destroy nothing. They weren't breaking windows. They were fighting. So I'm confused, Jay. Jay, how can
let me let
hold
me
on, stop the show. No, stop the freaking show. How can you compare a BLM protest to the Million Man March?
I'm only
Get
referencing the Million Man
the
March
hell,
because
Jay,
Carlo,
excuse my
I'm
language. Get the hell out
only
of here.
I'm only
Get the hell out.
referencing the
Can
Million Man
no
March because Carlo brought it
no.
up. I'm
No.
only
How
referencing
can
it because Carlo
no. You're
brought
not
it
gonna
up.
talk. You're not gonna talk over me. You're not gonna talk. Hold on. You're not gonna talk over me. How in the hell can you compare a BLM protest to the Million Man March? Get the hell out of here. The BLM, the organization that those three women hijacked, took the $60 million and ran.
No, what I'm
The
comparing,
BLM protest where the little girl here in Atlanta got killed. How in the
Dinus,
hell can you? Buildings were getting burnt down. Businesses were
Dinus,
getting people. Jay, just be quiet.
Dinus.
Jay, stop.
That's not what I'm
Stand,
comparing,
stand,
Dinus.
stand, stand down.
What I'm
Stand down.
saying is the reaction to it. I'm not talking about the march itself. I'm talking the reaction of the people in power.
Jay, if people
You
are
see what I'm
getting
saying?
killed, if buildings are getting burnt down, how are you supposed to
No,
react, Jay?
Dinus, nobody, I'm not saying if things are getting burnt down and it's not peaceful, you shouldn't get arrested.
Jay, stop. Nah,
I'm not
just
saying
stop.
that.
Jay,
I'm
just
saying
stop. Hey,
if
that was just a stupid art. Tell me when during the Million Man March where the Nation of Islam and brothers were looting stores.
all right, I'm done, Dinus. I'm done, man.
Oh yeah, you're done. Yeah, you are done. You're done.
You
You're done.
guys will
Thank
figure it out
you.
eventually. Trust me.
You're done. Links in the
You'll
chat
figure
room.
it
Go
out.
ahead. Guys, go ahead and call in. You're done. Thank you. Go ahead. Links in the chat room, you guys. Yeah. The Million Man, comparing the Million Man March to
That,
BLM.
you know, gets me is when you look at night 2020, right? I told you back then, I said there's gonna be a serious backlash to all that shit. People felt powerless. People watched cities burn. Remember Wisconsin? We forgot about that. All these places, Wisconsin burned. Atlanta burned. It was mobbed CNN. What does CNN do? You know, they borrowed CNN. I mean, it was just like, yo, everybody's watching this every day and all that. People were looting stores. The country went into chaos, right? Now people are saying Donald Trump running on a mandate. He said, I will restore law and order. I'll deport millions of people, and we're going to get this country back. And he won, you know? And I'm saying the fact that has nothing to do with us. We don't have nothing to do because this country is doing what it has to do. Why do we got to sit there standing in the middle? This immigration thing, when that has nothing to do with us. I
Nothing to
haven't
do with
heard
us.
anything credible that Donald Trump has done to threaten Black America. Not one thing.
All right, Tyler, let me pass it to let me go ahead, Adagu.
First thing first, man, I saw T. Khalif. You was ready to unmute your mic to drop that fire, my brother. I ain't gonna stay. I'm not gonna talk that long and let you come in with the hit stick and bust him in the
Man, you
head,
got
Tony.
it, bro. I'm trying to
I
eat,
got
bro.
you.
Hold on,
Go,
but
go,
Adogu,
go ahead, homie.
but
I'm eating. Yes,
Adogu,
sir.
but am I missing something? How can we put the Million Man March in the same sentence
You,
as
you,
a
you.
BLM protest?
First things first, man. Shout out to Dynfo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the commercial that I see that's popping up. Shout out to the tour. Shout out to you branching off in other countries and showing people a different light in a different way, showing how Black people can get along and want to support and want to prop up a brother's plan. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to that. First of all, you get what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, man. More
And
life, more
we had that
tours.
winning.
And then on top of that, we got Collar going to Liberia, doing his thing, man. We supporting the brothers coming out trying to do their things. Not these lames, not these simps, not these super ultra mama boys, aka sugar boys that sit up here and talk about the Democratic plantation like they here to help us. You get what I'm saying? Like, it always shocks me. It always shocks me how black people want to sit up and always want to talk about what Malcolm X says, but you never hear a liberal. Now one of these soft-ass simps. Matter of fact, Dinus, I didn't know black men were simps until election time, and we heard all these coward-ass black men from the immigrants or wherever the fuck you from, you get what I'm saying, came up here telling us that we need to be scared and we need to be worried. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't been here for 400 years. We know exactly how white people are. We know exactly how they are. And one thing we ain't gonna do, we ain't gonna kiss their ass. We ain't gonna sit up here and think that one party is better than the other. We ain't gonna sit up there and do that. We ain't gonna sit up there and think that one party, everything they do is right and everything that the other party do is wrong. We ain't gonna sit up here and do that. But let me tell you something though. I'm a guerrilla hustler, Dinus. I understand the ploy. The Democrat is the one that want to drop some crumbs. And T. Khalif, my brother, I done been to Nigeria. The crumbs that the Democrats, that the black Americans won't go for, these motherfucking goddamn illegal immigrants, but they'll die for them. They'll die for them. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot to them because they don't have those social safety nets in their country. Everybody don't have running water. You can go to the poorest neighborhood in Atlanta and you still got central air and heat. You know what I'm saying? You go get an apartment, mostly all apartments in Atlanta. I don't know everywhere else in Atlanta. They're going to come with a refrigerator or stove and goddamn wash and dryer connection. You get what I'm saying? Now, let's get back to that stupid ass shit that he want to try to compare the Black Lives Matter to a bunch of fat husky hyena gay bitches. You get what I'm saying? To something that was by black men with bow ties and walking, standing straight. You had the vendors out there working together. Everybody was out there shaking hands. People was coming up, helping people out, giving people rides. You was talking about what happened in Atlanta, Diners, but you didn't. But see, the funny part is, I even got a video that I put on my channel. Now I actually put it on Facebook. I didn't put it on the channel because it would have get tucking down on YouTube. I was over there when that shit happened. That shit happened right when that dude got killed at the Wendy's right there. The Wendy's was right there. The dude fucking fell asleep in the drive-thru, and there was black women that went out there and called the police on him while he was asleep. The black women that come out there and knock on his door, say, hey, brother, move your car along. You know what I'm saying? They went and called the police. Instead of going out there to help the black man, they wanted to call the police. It shocks me how black people always claim that white people so racist, they out to get us, but there's always black women that's calling the police on black men. And when the police came up, the shit happened. He got out there, grabbed the motherfucking taser from the police officer, and they shot him. I don't understand. Even if they wouldn't have shot him, he still would have got aggravated assault on police officer. Taking weapon from a police officer, he still would have went to prison for about 10, 15, 20 years regardless if he wouldn't have got shot. But it was on him how he got shot. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't go for that stupid shit, Dinah, where people are like, what does he deserve? What does he deserve? This, that, this. I don't give a fuck what he deserve. You come in a project and you play stupid ass games, you're going to get your head bust. You're going to get killed. Nobody deserves to die, but you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. So that's why they come up there. So what happened, Diners? They was out there marching. These black dudes came out there. They got AK-47. They got yappers talking about anybody get out of line. We don't care if they black or white. We got this line right here. It was right up there by the Chevron. Because they had burnt it down. They burnt the Wendy's down. As soon as these dudes out there talking, they out there selling weed, Diners. They out there selling pills, everything. And this girl came through. She just wanted to get gas. It was her and her daughter. You get what I'm saying? Right. And the girl came, she got gas. She tried to get out the parking lot. And the dude said, man, who is that in the car? Did she check in? Ran out in the middle of the street, shot the goddamn car up on some black and yelling Black Lives Matter, and shot the girl car and killed the little girl in the back seat in the name of Black Lives Matter.
Oh, no, I'm just asking J.A., give me the equivalent during the Million Man March.
Man, he gonna pull out some type of paper and start reading you about coconuts and curry goat. You get what I'm saying? You got these soft-spoken sugar boys, boy, that have no business talking. And I understand it because they all most of the time you hear these soft liberals coming up here, they immigrants. They don't care. You, Diners, you heard on this platform right now. You heard on this platform right now, months ago, when dudes was sitting up here talking about they was gonna vote for whoever. They was sitting up here talking about they was gonna vote for a cabbage, a celery stick, a carrot stick. They would just vote for the Democrat Party. They don't give a fuck about no issues. They looking out for immigrants. That's one thing that I respect out of immigrants. They looking at the party that's gonna help them. They don't give a fuck about black people. They don't give a fuck about 2.75 million illegal immigrants getting out because of the way the immigrants think. All immigrants are together.
So
They didn't give a fuck. They was gonna vote for a chick that was talking about she washed motherfucking collard greens in the bathtub and she jumped out the plane with some Timberland boots. Some old cackling, goddamn Delta wine, Indian goddamn goat smelling bitch. We're talking about
also her most prized possession in college was her Too Short mixtape.
Yeah, Too Short mixtape.
Also smart.
You can get her to say if you told her that you would be the president, you tell me one line for Too Short, she would have crumbled. And on top of that, she was married to a white boy. And on top of that, she ain't got no black kids. And on top of that, she raising up some white people kids. She is a professional bad witch, the dirty wine version of it. That can't even dance. So let me go with this. Let me go with this. Well, shut your slow talking ass up. I ain't interrupt you when you was talking, boy. Well, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I didn't interrupt your slow talking, soft ass up when you was talking, boy. So I'm gonna continue to talk. Dinah, these same clowns set up on here
gotta deport them, bro.
That's why we got to get them up out of here. They don't give a fuck about the black community because there's no way that black Americans would care if you bring in 11 million illegals over here. It's only black people only create
if they all acting like him, bro. We are done, bro.
Well, done. That's why they're sipping for it. That's the only thing I agree with LPA on. That's it up there sipping for them. But the immigrant and the black immigrant and black women are the right hand of white supremacy, directly or indirectly. When you hear clowns like him talk, when you hear clowns like Elvira, the Lion Liberian talk, you are listening to white supremacy, the liberal version, directly or indirectly. They don't say anything about helping out the black community. They always talking about giving a handout to somebody getting something free when they can't get shit free in their own country. You go to Jamaica, you got the Chinese motherfuckers running that shit. You go to goddamn Africa, goddamn a white person can come in there and everybody fall down like they Jesus. A white person can be broke and fuck every chick in the village. You got to go over there and make it rain and shit. You got to be a popular black person. That's what's going on.
Country. That's what you're saying.
But go ahead, Tickle.
You want America to be a third world country. That's what you tell me?
Nah, bro. But yeah, I mean, pretty much, man, you done pretty much said everything I got to say, bro. But this is why I'm pro-Trump getting these people out of here. They don't give a damn about this country. They don't have no ancestral ties, anything to this country. So they don't care if this country falls. They don't care if the economy goes down because of legal immigration. You're right. It's all looking out for the best interests of their immigrant group. They don't care about the native black Americans. That's why black Americans need to stop voting. And this is why they support the Democrat Party. Because the Democrat Party supports them simply for votes. The Democrat Party does not give a damn about Americans. So that's why they are importing these people. And then, bro, you have to think about the betrayal, what the Democrats are doing. They are importing these African immigrants who don't give a shit about this country, but they understand that these people are going to give them votes. That's the problem. And it has a negative impact. None of these immigrants on this panel can tell us how an influx of illegal immigrants just coming in unfettered has a positive impact on the native black culture. None of them can. Instead, they're over here calling Trump racist, making these emotional arguments because they see black people as emotional thanks to the black liberal, and they think we are stupid, bro. So yeah, man,
So
that's
the
why a lot
country
of
fell
people
after Ellis
are
Island.
voting for Trump to get these people the hell up. Go back to your
So the
country,
country
bro.
fell after Ellis
If
Island.
white people are so racist, go back to your country. And yeah, man, I'm not some pre on this. I
So the
do not
country
agree
fell
with the
after Ellis
United
Island.
States
When all the immigrants are coming in during
interfering
Ellis
with
Island, the country
Africa and
fell.
taking their resources. So that's something that we have to work on internally. But yeah, bro, these people are so ungrateful, bro. And
So
man,
we
and
don't. So
I
we don't
don't
live.
hate immigrants like Tariq Nasheed. I don't, but
So
bro,
we live
these
in a
you
different
guys
country.
work against the best interests of the American people.
So we don't
None
live
of
in
your policies
America.
are beneficial to
So
us.
we don't live in America because
Ticklish, you gotta think about it
After
like
Ellis
You
this.
Island,
work
the country
against us,
fell.
bro. Y'all
Ticklish,
work against us,
After
bro.
Ellis Island, the
Pushing
Tickly,
all
country
think
this
about it
fell.
gay
like
Is it
shit
this.
not
in
We
this
are
enough?
damn
Black
country.
Americans are 45 million. What are they population combined? You tell let's go with it now. Let's go with Africa. Let's go with Africa. Let's go with the Caribbeans. At the most, they 3 to 5 million. At the most.
So you're not helping your
Do you
point
get what
right
I'm
now,
saying?
Hustle Smart.
Yeah.
We don't have as much power. So
So,
exactly. So what's your
and
point?
therefore we shouldn't be that. My point is that we shouldn't be
Y'all
listening
work
to
for the
you.
white liberal, bro.
That's what I'm
Y'all are a
Tariq
bunch
saying.
of
Nasheed, bro.
Y'all
white
ain't
Hustle,
nothing but
liberals
hustle
y'all
in
ain't
smart.
nothing but some
blackface, bro.
You guys are
doormats.
just like Tariq.
Exactly,
Y'all
bro.
just some doormats. You
Vote
know
for
what I'm
all
saying?
this
Exactly.
gay
So
shit
why are you
in
worried
this
about us
country,
then?
bro. Bro, because you guys are voting for all this gay shit. Y'all are voting for all
90%
this
of black
damn
people vote
censorship.
Democratic. What are you talking about? You
Bro,
think
I
they're
know,
all
bro,
Caribbeans?
that
You think
that
they're
is a
all
problem.
Caribbeans?
That
You think
is
they're
a
all
problem.
Caribbeans?
That
You
is
think
a
they're all
problem.
Caribbeans or you don't know math? Which one?
Yeah, first of all, 90% of black people don't vote Democrat.
So they're all
90% of black
Caribbean. So they're
women
all
vote
Caribbean.
Democrat.
Yeah,
Since
exactly.
you like,
Real
80% of
talk,
since
black
you
man.
like
men, they're all Caribbean.
numbers so much,
80%
you
of black
curry
men,
go
they're all
eat,
Caribbean.
bitch. You know what I'm
80%
saying?
of black men, they're
Since you like
Caribbean.
numbers so
That's
much, it's
wild,
Eighty
bro.
percent of black
90% black
men.
women that ain't black
80% of
men. You
so
goddamn
80%
puff
of black
puff
men
eat,
are they
bitch. You get what I'm
80%
saying?
black men are they all immigrants? So the 80% of black men that vote Democratic are they all immigrants? This is what I'm saying.
I
The
would say
country
I
fell
would say the
after Ellis
majority are.
Island when they were bringing in all these immigrants after during Ellis Island. The country fell right after that, right? When Trump
The
says he's
fuck they
bringing in
got
the
to do
South
with
Africans,
anything, man? I
but
just
he
don't know.
started
I just
talking
don't
about immigrants
understand,
from the
man.
country falls.
These
What is he
fucking we
saying?
don't give a fuck. We don't listen. I tell you what. I tell you what.
He,
You bring
his
up all the
predictions.
history you
You
want
want
to.
the
You
country to
bring up
fall.
all the history you want to. We
You,
don't give a fuck.
you
We
exactly.
don't give
You
a
don't care
fuck.
about history, so you want the country to
One thing
fall.
that we don't want.
Bro, we
We
gotta
don't want
separate,
y'all
bro.
illegal immigrants in the country, and that's
So
what
Facts,
it is.
we
That's
bro.
one
don't
thing that
care
Black
about.
Americans agree with white people and
Hey,
Republicans on.
hey,
That's
bro,
one thing
bro.
that we agree with them on.
Hey, bro, this is why you don't see black folks outside protesting against ICE, bro. We
Nope.
want them the hell up out of here,
No, no,
bro.
no, no. Hold
Nope.
on,
We
hold on,
couldn't
hold on.
let
Steve.
these
No, no,
white
no,
liberals
no,
do
no,
it.
no, 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 no. Hold on.
Yeah.
Elvis was out there protesting with him. Elvis was.
Of course he is.
But we see
Of
the
course he
Elvis
is.
come, bro. Yeah, fuck Elvis gonna
He's
be
full
out
of
there.
estrogen. He's full of estrogen. He probably got BLM on his neck. You know what I'm saying? Full of estrogen. Tell me, I
You
want
know
to
what's
know how
okay?
they feel. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Always tell me, man, hey, Tika Lee, let me tell you something, bro.
yeah.
Anytime
What's
you
wrong with
talk to a
protesting,
man
Don?
and he start
It's
talking
my
about
right to
feelings,
protest. It's
he
my
start
right to
talking about
protest,
feelings
Don.
and what he think, man. Hide your kids. Hide your kids when you hear a black man always talking about do you think and how you feel and what you believe. That's how females talk. Men talk
Yeah,
on
and
facts.
the guy you
This
supported
dude gave me a headache,
was
man.
best friends with
I ain't got the
Epstein for
energy
10
to have a
years. Yes,
perpetual headache
Bro,
exactly.
shouting at the
He
top of
could
my
care
why do
lungs.
less.
y'all think
Talk
Talking
about this.
nonsense,
black
man. I'm just
Americans
listening.
aren't
Just
Of
listening to
course
outside
you
your
got a
opinion.
headache
protesting
because
against
your
ICE
period
though?
on, bitch.
Let me ask y'all a question. Why aren't the native black Americans outside protesting against ICE? Why is it a bunch of white liberals supporting y'all? Why aren't the native black people supporting y'all? Why is that?
Hey, Tika Lee, let's
Because
make
they
it
see
even.
y'all as
Let's hey,
useful idiots.
Tika Lee, let's sweeten up the pot a little bit. Even the black Democrats ain't out there supporting it.
Oh, they ain't, bro.
Even the black Democrats ain't out there goddamn caping for that shit because black Americans are conservative by nature. You get what I'm saying? The Republicans, we know that they racist, but at the end of the day, we understand math. You know what I'm saying? Put the motherfucking coconuts together and count.
Okay.
We understand that 600,000 black babies are born. So that means that to come to term, T. Khalif, that's 18 years before they might have a baby.
Okay, Sim.
They
Thank you
brought
for
in
admitting that
they
you
brought in
support.
2.75
Okay,
million goddamn illegal immigrants over here every
Sim.
fucking year, ready to fuck. I'm talking about as
Sim.
soon as they get through, when they camping out under these bridges under the Darien Strait, they fucking. They setting
Sim.
up taco stands, burrito stands. They get over here and they get in these enclave and they ready to fuck, kicking out 3-4 babies. You get what I'm
Sim.
saying? All staying in a 2-bedroom,
Sim.
18 to a room.
Sim. Thank you for
And
admitting
bro,
that you
and that's why
support and
Trump is
vote for
trying to
racists.
overturn
Thank
this
you for
birthright
admitting that you
citizenship,
love the
bro.
Ku Klux
Yeah.
Klan.
Because
Thank you. Thank
even
you.
children of
Thank you.
Hey, see, let me pass the mic to Elvis because Elvis wanted to talk. I'm gonna pass it to Jay. Go ahead, Elvis.
Sim support the racists. He just said it. Thank you, Sim, for admitting what you are.
Elvis, you want to? Okay, go ahead, Jay.
Well,
Appreciate it,
Giants,
sugar mama.
I ain't got much to say, man. I'm
Sim
just
is
listening to
straight
emotion
projecting. Sim,
spewing out and people getting
everything he
emotional. That's what
says, it's
you know,
him.
they have no
Everything he
control. You
says,
know
it's
that a
him.
couple days ago there was like a big protest nationwide. Millions of people went and protested out, in multiple states, not just here in my city, Minnesota. So it's happening. A lot of people disagree with it and will protest.
Elvis, you gotta talk to the phone, man. You're not.
Now,
You're.
he
I
be
don't
on that.
know.
He be on that. He be on that immigration walkie-talkie.
Yeah, a lot of
You get
people
what
are
I'm saying?
protesting against it, guys. So I think
bro,
a
you
lot of
got
black
white liberals
Americans who tend to
protesting
vote
for
Democrat,
their little purse
a lot of
puppies,
black
bro.
Americans who respect the Constitution and the rule of law, they're protesting against what's happening. So
No,
yeah,
no.
that's all.
It's white liberals protesting for their purse puppies to stay in power. That's what it is. And you can support the Democrats all you want. Y'all can talk about white supremacy all you want, but it's always some white liberal over there setting the agendas. You got African people, man, saying stuff like cisgender. You got African people who grew up in Africa and now come over here supporting transgender rights, LGBT rights. These people are brainwashed, man.
Calling a
You guys
man
are
she.
brainwashed, bro.
Calling a man she.
Exactly, bro. Can't
Hey,
even
hey,
can't even
hey,
say what the
hey,
difference is
hey,
a
if they
man and a
was in,
woman
if
is.
they, hey,
I'm just
Dinah, if
saying
they was in
that
Jamaica, they
Like,
would
bro,
call
and
him a
then you want to
they
call
would
us
call him a
colonized, bro.
they would call him a
I
bottom
understand
boy.
the epicenter of it.
They would
There
call
are
him a
way more
bottom boy in
gay black
Jamaica, but they
American
come to
people in this
America
country than
and call
African
him a
people.
she.
So your people are the ones
Sim
perpetuating the
wants
gay
America to
lifestyle. They're
become a
mostly
third
the ones
world
that are
Oh my
gay
country.
and
God,
Bro,
man.
transgender. It's
bro,
not the
when
America
you
to
African.
vote
Jamaica.
Democrat, bro, that's
Sim
what you're
wants
voting for,
America to
bro.
become Jamaica. He keeps comparing America to Jamaica like he wants America to become Jamaica. You
What?
want America to become a third world country.
Man, how
Become
do you
third
come
world
up with
country.
how,
You're up
how
here
do you
talking
come up
crap
with these
about
wild
when you
ass
go to
goddamn
Nigeria.
statements, bro? I said,
Think about it, Sim.
Hey,
Leave you to
Diners.
think about it for
I
a
know you
minute.
probably washing the Porsche and shit. You know what I'm saying? But Diners, you hear me, my brother?
Nah, man. Go ahead.
Listen,
Go ahead.
Diners, let me tell you something. I said that if I was in Jamaica and it was a gay dude, they would call him a bati boy. But in America, the Jamaicans get with the liberals and then they call that man a she. How the fuck can you attribute that and that I want America to be like Jamaica? How do you even stitch that together, Diners?
Think about it for a while, Sim. You'll figure it out.
You think about no, I
Simply,
don't have to think about it. What are you talking about? You
simply,
know what? Maybe you should be a monk, Ja. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should be a monk. You know what I'm saying? Because
hey,
some type of way, some type of way, you'll sit up there and think about something, and 2 plus 2 end up being 66. You get what I'm saying? You'll find a way to come up with a solution that it could be 66. I mean, but that's fine though. But we all know, and black people know that we ain't fucking with that immigration shit. And no matter what type
simply,
of
I
go
you know
guess
ahead.
what I'm
that's not
saying?
a question.
Okay,
They
Charisma
got
You're
to
Shake.
looking
Okay,
at
support the
listen,
that
no, don't come
Democrat
back.
Party
I heard you.
because
Loud and
the
clear,
moment the
Chrissy.
Democrats
Loud and clear, darling
abandon
Trump.
immigrants,
Loud and clear,
they
Chrissy.
they
I
will
heard you,
be
Simp.
deported. That's why they have to support the Democrat Party. See, us here born in America, we're not going to be deported anywhere. But the
No.
immigrants have to be slaves to their ideology. They
Yeah.
have to listen to what the white liberal says. Because if
Right.
the white liberal all of a sudden sees the immigrants get out of line, then it's going to be the conservatives and the liberals
Yeah.
wanting to getting them up out of here. That's
Yeah.
why they have to cape for the Democrats.
Yeah. Yeah, they good yard dogs. They good yard dogs. They just sit up there and bark. They can't go outside the yard because if Master ever say, you know what I'm saying, he don't like immigrants no more, they ain't got nowhere to run to. They can't run
Exactly.
to Black
That's what it
Americans
is.
ain't finna cape for them. You get what I'm saying? See, the thing about it is, Tika Lee, I can understand two things can be right at the same time. I understand. The one thing that I go against FBA is that when they think that the Africans or the Caribbeans need to bow down when they come to the United States, that's the thing that I don't give a fuck about. Because
I
I go
totally
to these
agree with you on that. I totally agree.
I go to these trade places. I go in there, deliver places and go in there. I got my daughter college. All these free programs, Black people can sit up there and take up with them. All you gotta do is keep a seat average. You got technical schools all over. They full of immigrants. I understand they come over here with a one-track mind because they got an immigrant mindset. You get what I'm saying? Even though they know they're in a free country, they don't feel free. You know what I'm saying? They know if they fuck up, they get locked up. See, if they get locked up, they mess up. They could get deported if they get locked up. You know what I'm saying? We goddamn do 20 years in prison, get out and nothing happen to us. We still gonna be in America. We just gonna have a felony. But what I'm saying is they come over here with a mindset like, look, all these opportunities, get them. And then when they get in there and they see that, you know what, Black Americans ain't taking up. It's just us in here. It ain't number us in here and other fuckers. I don't play that Black and Brown coalition. Only people that you hear talk about Black and Brown coalition is these wig weed wearing wild hyena hood rat, aka husky hyena, aka up in the twerk monkeys, and goddamn immigrants talking like that. You don't even hear Latinos, Tika Lee. You don't even hear them say Black and Brown coalition. Because you want to know what the main reason why Latinos would never say Black and Brown coalition
Because they don't like
Tika Lee?
niggas.
Huh?
They don't like Black people, bro. That's
Okay,
why.
you know what? That's true. But let me put that. Let me sprinkle something on top of that. Pause. The reason why is that why the fuck would it say Black and Brown coalition? They outnumber Black people. If anything, it should be brown and black. They outnumber us. It's 60 to 70 million of them and about 11 million in hiding. Why in
I
the
just
hell
want the
Black people?
record to
Why
show
in
that
the hell would
Simply
Black people
said
want to
tonight
goddamn rub for a
that
group of people that
he
don't fuck with us?
supports
Me and
racism.
Dinah stay right here in Atlanta.
The
Latinos
argument
don't
is
fuck with
done
us
from
at
that point.
all. And we know that. We
Simply
know
says
they
he
don't fuck
supports
with us.
racists.
But
The argument is done from that
the
point.
Democrat try to get us to come in there. All these Democratic shield, you talk about for Roland Martin, little fat sis ass, you know what I'm saying? To goddamn what little skinny crying bitch. That's the Native Land podcast with the flat pancake IHOP booty. You know what I'm saying? The ugly ass light skinned chick that used to be a Tiffany Cross, the little light skinned ugly chick. Listen, if she was dark skinned, people wouldn't pay no attention to her. But she a ugly light skinned chick. You get what I'm saying? But they sit up there and get paid to prance around. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been doing the formula for the last 60 years, T. Khalid. Call white people racist. Go to the church. You know what I'm saying? Do a fish fry. Do some line dancing. Bring where them fans at. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what it used to be with Black people. But you know what one thing Trump did? It woke Black people. What Black people got real, get into politics, it went up by like 30 to 40% every year. To the
He
point
got the
that
most
now,
Black votes, man, out of any Republican.
because they see things are changing. Even my daughter, I remember my daughter, all her college friend, they was on their way down to Savannah for Ernst Crush. You know what I'm saying? And one of them saying, you know what, I noticed that is when Republicans in office, the gas prices are low. And the Democrats in office, the gas prices are low. Why is that? I ain't say a fucking word. I just looked at them and walked away. They're even noticing the difference. They ain't getting caught up in the rhetoric of who like us. You remember that shit, Diners, in the 2024? All them liberals coming up here like, they don't like y'all. They don't like, because they thought that that's what we're still on. They still think that black people got to be liked. And
That's
don't
the
want
boomer shit.
you want somebody to pat them on their head like a good dog. Do you get what I'm saying? See, the funny part is that I see both sides. When you get a person like John that sits up here and talk about that one side is better than the other side is always, because I ain't heard him say one thing, because I can tell you good things about the Democrat Party.
They will
But
deport him, bro.
hold on, this is my point though. This is why I don't fuck with liberals, because they never go against anything that the liberals do. You get what I'm saying? They toed the line when it came to trying to get a black black hate bill. Oh, nothing. But when it came to the Asian hate bill, they voted for it. All party line. Do you
Hey,
get what I'm saying?
and you know what, bro? I think what angers me the most is then when these immigrants come to the native black people and tell us that we got to accept open borders. Like, that's what angers me. You know,
Yeah,
that's like us going to their country and telling them what they got to do and calling them stupid. They
right.
would want to throw us the hell up out of there, but I don't understand why they come to us and try to jujitsu us into and loving illegal immigrants, and we can see what it's doing to the black communities. These people open up shop in the black communities, take wealth out, don't even hire black people, compete with black people with jobs, lower black wages. We got gang violence. We got black gangs versus Latino gangs, all types of stuff, bro. There is no positive benefit for illegal immigration. Yet
Hey,
these
Diney.
people come to us and tell us this so that way they can get their interests served. They don't give a damn about our interests. It's for their interests.
Hey,
All
y'all.
right,
I
let
promise
me
I'm gonna
pass
be
my go ahead, Skywalker.
okay. Y'all. I promise I'm gonna be in and out. Hey, Diners. I just wanted to say, first let me say greetings to everybody on the panel. With this, black people should self-deport, and this we're next rhetoric is absolutely crazy. Black people ain't been next. And let me tell you something. White folks don't got to wait to do nothing when it come down to black folks over here.
Right.
They don't gotta wait. If they want to do it, they can do it right then and there. The problem, the issue is that they're having with immigrants, especially the conservative party who I tend to side with, is because the liberals brought those people over here, brought those immigrants over here to try to keep or try to get their votes. You know what I'm saying? So they could cheat in the election process. So that is the incentive of getting immigrants over here. Getting immigrants up out of here. It ain't got nothing to do. We next. No, it's because they were trying to dilute the vote by pouring in a bunch of undocumented citizens that they could use to cheat with. So people who come with that argument, like I say, they're not politically conscious. They know that they have no idea what's going on. You can't understand your political prison without understanding the political past. So, that's the issue there, right?
Hey,
Uh,
So
Skywalker,
let
they
me ask you a
conscious.
question.
They
Let me ask
conscious.
you a
They
question to that brother.
conniving, bro. It's conniving. They conscious
All
about
right,
it.
I got. Hold on. Let me. Skywalker, you done? If not, I got.
Let me
If
ask
you're done, I'm
Skywalker a
gonna
you
pass it to
can
question,
Pharaoh.
please. Can I ask
you can pass
Skywalker
it.
a
You can pass
question?
it to
Well, hold
Dynasty.
on, John. Let me pass to Pharaoh. Then I'll pass it to you, John. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
All right.
Yeah, peace. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Peace, Dinus. Peace to the panel. Yeah, I was tuned in on the title. Should black people self-deport? Yes, I will say that those
Hmm?
who are fed up with what's going on in America, yeah, that will be a good thing for them. But I want to talk about what's going on here in Atlanta, and I hope you see it as well, Dinus. And the problem is here in Atlanta, there's a great divide going on between the black man and black woman. Now, every day I go out in public, I'm seeing a black woman by herself, or she's with her child, with her children by herself, and the black man by herself. And I'm starting to see that a lot. And it's
You
even
you just started. You just starting to see that this year, and like in the last year, you just starting to see it.
Pharaoh,
I've been seeing it. But I'm starting to see it get worse. Is what I'm
Mm.
saying. Yeah, because even the mayor of Atlanta, Andre
Mm-hmm.
Dickens, he do not even have a black woman in his life.
Nope.
And the most successful filmmaker in Atlanta, Tyler Perry, no black woman.
No, Tyler Perry's a faggot, so you got to give him a pass.
Yeah. I heard. Yeah, I heard about
Sir,
it. I heard
the
about
correct
that.
term is the correct Atlanta term is gender loving, same
Oh
gender
yeah,
loving
I
man.
know what
Yeah,
the other term
same
is.
gender
He
loving,
like
loving.
he like to stick his nose in boy butts. That's the correct term. And
Uh,
dress up like an old grandmama. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
yeah.
The thoughts and views of not the thoughts and views
You
of
mean the thoughts and views of
individual.
Tyler Perry? He the one sit
I
up there
mean,
sticking.
I
He the one that stood up there
I
raw
mean,
dogging dudes on his on.
hold on,
on
what's the disclaimer? What's the disclaimer? The all right, go ahead. We're
Go
gonna
ahead,
keep
Pharaoh. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
Yeah.
same gender loving man. There we go. Go ahead.
Mm.
Yeah, because I see like, and besides that, I'm seeing like so many black women with negative energy and negative attitudes here. I mean, they can't even look at a brother anymore. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's crazy. Like, can't say hi. Just and I see some lesbian relationships going on. It's like, something is very wrong in Atlanta.
Mm.
It's like it's been invaded by evil negative forces.
Don't
And
forget the mean mug and Pharaoh. Don't leave that part out, because I stand that. I'm born and bred. You born and bred here, bro?
no, I was born in Dallas, but yeah, I was raised in Orlando, and
I'm
How
born
long
and
you been in
bred here.
Atlanta?
yeah, I've been here for I would say around about 15 years. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But
Now,
this
here's
thing,
another thing I don't understand about the immigrant groups, because what you just said about the black male and female, right? Who is pushing feminism, separation, telling black people that black men don't matter, everything needs to be done by black women? Which party is creating protest movements like Black Lives Matter, whose mission statement is black men do not need to be a part of the family. We need to just
the
have a
nuclear
community.
family. They
Who
said the
is
nuclear
nuclear
family.
exactly? Who is pushing that? Which party is pushing that? And then you got to ask yourself why. And then you got to say, well, then if these immigrants are voting for that, do they have the best interest for black people or not? And the answer is no. That's why they got to get the hell up out of here.
Pharaoh, are you done? I mean, let me
Yeah,
pass it to
yeah,
Wharton. But go
yeah,
ahead. If you're
yeah,
not done, go ahead.
yeah. I just want to say that the situation definitely has to change down here because it's a lot of negativity. I see it in all through downtown Atlanta. The brother Marcus from Atlanta Street Interviews, he show it all the time, man. Like
Yep.
females with mental illness. Brothers and sisters walk around, living in delusion, talking to themselves. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can't.
Don't forget about the blonde wigs, Pharaoh. Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah, the
bro. Preach
blonde.
it on out, bro. Preach it
Yeah,
on out.
yeah,
Don't say,
man.
don't be stuck. Let me tell you something, bro. Don't hold back with the truth.
Yeah,
Don't hold
yeah,
back with the truth.
yeah.
I know everything that
Mm.
you talking about.
Yeah. It's the situation is getting bad, and I'm telling you, man, if it don't change, man, it's not. Atlanta's going. I mean, it's going down, man.
Sodom and Gomorrah, bro. And I don't even
Man,
believe in the Bible, Pharaoh.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
All right.
it's getting bad, man. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Dynas, on the real though, Prince Steve was next though. Just put it
No, but
around.
Prince already came. Prince
Oh,
already
okay,
spoke
my
though. Did
fault
you
then.
already speak, Prince? I don't know, Prince. Did you already speak, Prince? I think Prince already spoke
yeah.
earlier. Am
I'm
I
done
right,
though.
Prince? Was that yesterday's show?
Yeah, that was
Prince
yesterday's
Steve.
show.
I did.
Yeah. See, he did. Okay, it's Wharton. Go ahead, Wharton.
Yeah, I think there ain't no such thing as self-deporting. I think niggas cook.
Hmm?
Huh?
I think niggas cook.
Oh, you say we're doomed.
Pretty much.
I'm with you on that. I think we're doomed as a people. I think we're doomed.
That's why I'm just not even focusing on any of that shit, because all these niggas, they just
hey,
And
we got. I'm sorry. Well, no, moving forward, inward tariff. All right, I'm sorry. I've been lenient. Inward tariff.
okay,
Moving
He might
forward.
not
Go
know
ahead.
ninja.
what it
Okay.
means, Dynasty. You got to explain it to him.
No,
Okay.
I mean it's self-explanatory. N-word. Okay, if you say the N-word is a $10 fine, you got to send it to.
All
Okay,
Cash
right.
out.
go
Ninja.
ahead.
Ninjas have failed
There
the
you
top.
go. But let me ask you something, one though. When did you realize that? When did you realize because Aaron, the one thing about the government, they see us as a business. They talk about you as an individual person, but they see you as a business, how they can make money off of it. When did you realize on paper that the black race, how we are, the way we act, the trend that we going down, when did you realize that that's a business that the government does not want to financially support and want to succeed anymore? When did you realize that?
Well, I've been realizing, but I don't really think they even had it. They never even wanted to support it. They never wanted to support it. That's the last thing they want to do is support like a bunch of black people. They never even want us here. So why would they support you?
Warden,
They've been trying to get rid of it.
Why the fuck would white people want to put their slaves on top?
They never wanted you on. What are you talking about?
That's my whole point. That's the thing that trips me out with black people, and that the FBA movement sit up here thinking that white people's gonna give you some reparation. It's the dumbest thing in the world, and I salute FBA for coming up with something. But I just don't understand why they think that the white people brought us over here to be slaves, and all we doing now is we just glorify slaves. We're the perfect slaves. We don't want to leave massa. And
They don't
Massa
want to
let us
fight.
complain.
Hey, I
Definitely don't
wanted
want to
to.
fight. One
I
thing I
want to.
just said, I realized that they rather be just get a pat on the back.
I
Nah, I'm
want to
just like
ask.
I give up. At that point,
I,
I've been done that though. That's back in like 2019, around that time.
I
I
want to
caught
ask
on to it
this.
about 2021. That's when I knew that the black race was doomed.
I want to
All
ask
right,
Star God a
hold on.
question.
Let me pass it to Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah,
Now I'm
I
passing
want
it
to
to Top
ask
Star
I
Star
think
regarding the
Top Star
star.
didn't talk, caller. I mean,
No.
Dynasty.
I said I was going to pass it to Jay. Then
Okay.
I
after
want to
Pharaoh,
ask
and
Star a
then
question. I forgot Star Walker or whatever. But before I
he's
do
gone.
that, let me just read
Skywalker's
You
gone.
this.
ain't even
Skywalker's
paying
gone.
attention.
Let me just read this, right? Because someone
Oh
said
my
the mission
God,
statement of
bro.
Black Lives Matter, right? So I looked it up. I don't see what they said. The Black Lives Matter movement mission to eradicate white supremacy, dismantle anti-black racism, build black liberation, blah 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 blah. Right on their website, right? Their mission: Black Lives Matter is working inside and outside of the system to heal the past, reimagine the present, and invest in the future of Black lives through policy change, investment in our communities, and commitment to arts and culture. And it says it was started after the murder of Trayvon Martin by George Zimmerman. So I don't see what that person was
Bro,
talking
they
about.
changed
But
their statement,
They,
bro.
oh well, hold on,
They
stop.
changed
uh,
it
Jay,
when
hold on,
they got
hold
popular.
on.
yeah.
Jay, come on, Jay. They literally changed it when they got
They
called off
did,
for
bro.
during
Okay,
Exactly.
the 2020 election. They changed it.
Exactly.
okay. So tell me what
Exactly,
what
bro.
was their mission statement? Let me look it up and see their past mission statement. See if I can find it.
The past one was
It's not on this website no more, bro.
non-traditional families and some other crazy
Yeah,
stuff. Go ahead, Top
Non-traditional
Star.
nuclear families.
Yeah,
Cool.
go
they
ahead, Top
So
had
so
to
Star.
you
change
said
it,
that,
bro,
okay,
because
okay.
when
Let me
they went
okay.
around the world, nobody was
What I
supporting
wanted to ask
because they
Star
read
though,
that
what I wanted to
nonsense.
ask Star, maybe one of you guys can answer, right? Because Star said that,
Who's Star? You
essentially
mean
the
Skywalker?
Democrats, Star Walker, whatever, was bringing in immigrants to vote for them. Now, the group of people that vote highest Democratic is black people, right? So, like Hispanics probably vote 60% Democrat, 40% Republican, right? If their goal is to bring in immigrants that will vote for them, were they bringing in majority black voters, black immigrants? That's the question. And Trump now is giving asylum to South African, white South Africans. What is he doing by doing that?
All right,
That's
let
the
me
question
answer
I
that
wanted to ask
question,
him.
Dynasty. Let me tell you why what he just said is so asinine and just butt fucking stupid. You can't compare to the goddamn white people that well, you know what? Let's just use facts. Let me stop with the ad hominems. John, let me ask you a question. How many illegal immigrants came in 4 years?
I would have to look it up.
Oh, you see
Because
what you see
I
how
know.
disingenuous that is,
Let me
Dinus?
look it
Just
up.
estimate,
Hey,
John.
I'll
John,
look it
John,
up.
John,
The
do a
numbers
favor,
I've
just for
heard,
just estimate, bro. Just estimate.
the numbers I've heard
Uh-huh.
have been in the millions, right?
How
But I've
many
heard lower
millions?
numbers than that. So I
No,
would
just
have to
give a
look it up.
number, John. You being disingenuous right
I
now,
will
bro.
look it up. I'm not gonna stand here and just spew
Okay, gotcha.
shit from
Anyway,
my mouth. All right.
moving along. Dinus, how many of those white Afrikaners that Trump don't brought over here?
Right. Well, like maybe 100,
Maybe
200.
100. Now you see how if people don't know any better, by the way this current go eating ass bitch just tried to size that up, they would think that Donald Trump bought just as many white people in here from South Africa than it is goddamn that the level that the 2.75 million. That number been floating around. Even Democrats don't even deny how many goddamn
What's up,
people
buddy?
came across the border. Now, bro, you ain't want to answer no question. You ain't want to say shit. So shut the
Oh
fuck
yeah,
up.
yeah.
You don't want to say shit.
I gotta pass the mic to Top Star. Go ahead, Top Star. Mute yourself, Top Star.
Hello.
Yes.
I didn't even know what to say yet. I was just still listening. Um, but let me listen some more. Then I.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
but hold on.
don't waste space. Let me pass the mic to Ben. Go ahead, Ben. Unmute yourself. Yeah, don't come on the panel wasting
Man, I
wasting
just want
space.
to chill with Ditus, man. You know, I just want to be up there hanging with the boys,
Hey,
man.
Go ahead, Ben.
hey, what's happening, guys? So,
What's up, man?
all right. So, I'm a naturalized citizen, right? I
Right.
was born in Haiti. I came here in 1971, and I got naturalized. And I want to know, how do you, the Black Americans, how do you feel about me as a naturalized citizen, an immigrant that became a citizen in the United States, from Haiti?
I don't
Well,
care.
we don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just long as you ain't sitting up here talking up. Hey, listen, I tell you what, act like you act in Haiti. How you feel about a man and a woman, you know what I'm saying? The power structure and how the family should be.
But I was,
Long as you
I,
like listen, I don't even know you, but I know you're Haitian. But I just know you're Haitian by what you said. And I know how y'all feel about the family. I know y'all feel about the respect. I
right.
know how y'all feel about homosexuality.
But how do you feel about me? Let's say, because
We don't know you, bro.
no, I'm going to give you an example. So I'm a citizen, so I can vote. How do you feel if I vote my interest, which is in contradiction to your interest as a group? How do you feel about me? I'm not talking about illegal
I
hate.
get you.
Yeah, bro. That's why we want birthright citizenship because we can't
That's why we
afford
want you. That's
immigrants
why we
like
want y'all
you
out.
coming over
That's
here.
why we want
Exactly.
y'all up out of here.
Absolutely. Get your ass up out of here.
We
Also,
want your
you
T.
are a
We
product of a
want your
birthright
T. We
citizenship,
want
bro.
your TPC
Exactly.
council and
No,
your ass
hold
up out of here.
on, no.
Exactly,
Hold on.
bro. That's why we
Hold on.
need this
T.
birthright
No,
citizenship up out of here.
hold on. He naturalized, so birthright citizenship wouldn't apply to him.
I
He
know,
Yeah,
but
naturalized.
that's
he
not
just
how that works.
but he asked how we felt though. I know
But
nothing
okay, I
can't
better
happen.
say he's Haitian, or maybe I.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, but he naturalized, so he can't. They can't take it. He don't have temporary protection. He's naturalized. See what I'm saying? So it's a difference.
Yeah,
He's a plant. He's an implant now. You know what I'm saying? So nothing can be done about him. But everybody else that thinks like you. But see, the thing about it is that means that you don't. That means that you don't see the plight that the Black Americans going through.
No,
That
no,
means
no.
that hold on for a
Listen,
second. Hold on for a second, Ben. You wanted me to answer. I'm finna answer it for you. It's nowhere in the world, Ben, that you think that the numbers of Haitians in America is already low. You got Principal P right in the audience. You got your homeboy Principal P in New York right now. It ain't that many Haitians here. You get what I'm saying? So if you siding with a party that's letting goddamn 2.75 million Latinos coming in here every year, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your issue is, it's not over strength. Strength is in number, Ben. Strength is in numbers.
Okay, I
Yeah,
agree
but
with you.
but
So
bro, we
let me
just
just
gotta overhaul this
let me
immigration system,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
We
yeah,
just need to
God.
stop letting people in, bro.
Let Ben.
Okay, so I get what you're saying, right? So I grew up with Black Americans. I've always considered myself, up until recently, as African American because even though I'm born in Haiti, I came here at 6 months old. So
Mhm.
I was enculturated by African Americans and white Americans. Now, I just gave you a hypothetical. That's not really how I feel because honestly, I vote the same way Black Americans vote. I get
Mhm.
issues, and your issues will benefit me. Get what I'm saying? Because up until recently, white America saw whatever Black immigrant you were, saw us just like African Americans. They treated us just
Right.
like African Americans. But I just wanted to have an idea of how you would feel about a Haitian American citizen who would, vote against you, and you pretty much cleared it up. Thank you.
Ben,
But
let me take it a
honestly,
little
Ben,
further though. Let me
let
take it a
me
little further. Let
let
me
me
take it a
get
little
this off
further
top.
though.
Let me say that, okay.
Go ahead, Warren.
First, I'm going to be honest. The way that other people would vote is no different from, say, like a Jesse Leader Peterson or something like that.
Right.
So it's kind of difficult because we have our own here that are literally from the same line, and they are very difficult. So it's
Let me
like
add this
people that
to it.
come
Okay.
here, it's like it doesn't make any difference because like we're dealing with pretty much the same group of people. Because you have to realize if we're all over the world, they come here and act like the ones that's already here. It's like it's not really changing much. They're the same type of people. They just come here and they love the white people. They
Okay, now
love white people.
this right here, Ben, you can see that now
Go to the
that
party, especially
with
with the
the
population.
immigration thing that's going on right now is that black people are pulling away. Even some black women, you get what I'm saying, but mostly black men, because black men are more, black men are supposed to be the protector. I ain't gonna even go with the provider shit. Just protection, just in strength. Black men understand strength is in numbers. So it's no way that a man that know that about his community, that want to see his community prevail, can say that he cool with seeing 2.75 million people coming in here every week. And if you know how many black kids are abortion, like think about it like this, Ben, black women are number one in abortions. Number one. Now they always talk about, you know how when they talk about the criminal aspect, and they be like, well, there's more white people that's in prison. But then why in the heck, if there's more white people in jail and more white people on food stamps, how in the hell black women is number one at abortion clinics? You see what I'm saying? The logic don't make sense. See, every other group of people, they believe in self-preservation. You get what I'm saying? Like my self-preservation is high. You get what I'm saying? Even if I can't swim, my self-preservation, if I'm about to drown, I'm gonna learn how to swim in 5 or 6 seconds in my brain. I'm gonna teach myself how to swim. I would never give up. I just don't have that in me. So that's why I talk like I talk. It ain't, and I'm not even emotional. Guy, I'm really cutthroat as fuck. But what I'm saying is, Ben, is that if you go against the interests of black people, then that means that means that you and the rest of the black people, 85% of black people are useless. And they're a waste of breath. If I had the power like Thanos, 85% of black people would be dead because they're useless.
But you're only
Because
talking
we're
You see, I
because hold on,
said that earlier.
you're
I
I
only
agree.
said
talking
you
about
listen. I
hey,
said that
Warren,
he would
see,
kill
Warren,
people.
see,
I said it.
Warren,
I said
you
he keeps
talk,
repeating. He said he supports racists. Now he said he'll kill. I told you
yeah,
this guy needs
yeah,
help, man. You need
John,
therapy, bro.
John. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing about me. Ain't never changed. I think 85% of black people is useless because of the numbers. I see the black
Sim,
race as
you
a
sound like
business.
Hitler right now. I'm sorry to tell
I
you,
say
man.
it as a business. I don't give a fuck what it sounds like. But what I'm saying is that if you got black people that's voting for a party that represent
And
homosexuality,
remember, Sim
hold on,
votes for a
let me
guy
finish,
that thinks like he does.
you
The
can
guy
talk
he
after
votes
you.
for
Hey,
thinks
you
like
can
he
say
does.
whatever
That's
you
why
want to
Sim
say
likes him.
at the
That's
point
why
that
Sim
you want,
likes him.
the
Because
point
he's
that
going
you
to kill
want to talk when
85% of
I'm
people just
talking,
as
that
simple.
means that you ain't being heard and I don't hear you. So what's the point of talking at the same time when nobody can't hear you?
Them
What's the
people hurting
point?
the most,
That's
bro.
the feedback. It doesn't matter. When you get your time to talk, I guarantee you I won't interrupt. Now thing that your curry go eating ass say. I
I
promise you
don't
I
kill
won't.
85%
You
of
get what I'm
people, though.
saying? So
You you
let me
support
finish.
people
Let me
that
finish
will.
what
You
I'm
support
saying.
people that will
I
kill
think that
people. That's
85%
what you
of black
support.
people are useless. And that's why
So
I say
remember,
we're doomed as a
85% of
people.
this
And you
panel should
still
support
talking
you.
at the same time.
85% of
And
this panel
nobody
should
hears
support you.
you and nobody hears me. So what's the point of talking? Make your point after I finish. I promise you, you'll have your chance, sugar mama. But you acting like a disgruntled baby mama right now. Matter of fact, you acting like my second baby mama. Cause that's how she acts. You know what I'm saying? But let me
She
let me
put a
let me say
straight
this to
talker
you.
Oh,
on your ass.
hey, you ain't gotta talk about the baby mama and
What?
all that, man.
But
Like,
let,
Oh
let,
yeah,
let,
you
yeah,
ain't
let-
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about
Okay. Hold on, Afridam. Go ahead, Afridamus.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. You were saying some Americans need to self-deport. Here's why. I think I kind of understand what you are saying because majority are actually very dumb for them to go out there saying, okay, we're going to be next. Black Americans cannot be deported. And a lot of Black Americans here in America have done a lot of disservice to themselves.
Yep.
The simple disservice. Simply, here's why. Why the hell would you want to align yourself with us third worlders to convince you what you should do politically? That's just straight up dumb. You're from the first world. You need to act like it. I missed the time when white people were able to come on TV and say, when you come here, you have to assimilate. When I started seeing the chain migration, they allowing people, these African women, they bring in families together. I was like, it's over. You know, the reason why
Mhm.
also they are bringing these Latinos, Black people here don't understand. They are you're literally shooting yourself in your foot. This is why they're pushing Black women because they are irrational, emotional. They make them feel like they're untouchable, but they are there to destroy your society because this
Afrodamas, they put them at the head. They put them at
yes,
the head.
yes. So these Latinos, the illegals that are coming in, yes, they cannot vote, but if you notice, they are taking them into certain cities and they make them sanctuary because
Mhm.
they are counted, they are counted uh, in the census. It gives them more seats. People don't understand the voting laws. The Democrats have voted and changed it. I mean, because ask yourself, like, literally, like, why would these politicians fight so hard, to help you promote, illegality? There is something behind it. So Black people
Mhm.
are literally being pushed, to help neutralize your vote because you cannot be deported. You're from here. You can't be deported. Eventually you can make demands, but people that they are bringing in and giving them free stuff, they can condition them. They know not to get out of line. Like for example, like me, I'm naturalized. No, but they didn't bring me here. I came on my own merit. If you notice, I don't talk like these people who are brought here as refugees, groups, or some type of help. I'm straight hustler, with
Right.
my own money. So I
Right.
don't, yeah. So I don't think or talk like that because I see America as a place that needs to preserve this civilization. Opening this border, I don't want America to be a third world. I came from the third world. I saw what it's like over there. You don't need to bring everybody here. People need to be vetted and stop listening to third worlders telling you who to vote for. For example, FBA, there are a lot of things they say that I align with. The only things I don't align with is, put lumping all of us in the same box and thinking that we need to kiss their ass. I don't kiss anybody's ass. Like, there's no way. But, to love America, you are supposed to, because if this falls apart, you have no place to go. If you go to Africa, yeah, they can give you a passport, but start talking in the politics like we do here and see what will happen to
You'll
you.
be dead. You'll be
Exactly.
dead.
You don't have real power,
Politics
and
is dangerous in Africa.
yeah.
Bro, you
So
see, you're the
so
type of
so
immigrant we want in this country
so
who looks at America as their home and not just some place to
And that's
pilfer.
why I don't
yeah,
understand why they be
yeah.
going
So
against Afrodamas like that.
Let Alfredamus finish. Go, Alfredamus.
yeah. So it's like, for me, like I laid out raw, like I'm literally waking black people up. Like, okay, I get it. You are obsessed, with the race thing. The race thing is not real. These people that are convincing you to go vote against your own interests, they are playing you. You are being gaslit. This is the tether part that I like. They are tethering to you, gaslighting you, because they know you are obsessed with the race thing. It blinds you. You are not
Yep.
seeing what you have. So you're going to eventually lose when your vote is completely diluted. So this is why I voted for the great white hope called Trump, so he can clean up the mess. Like I don't vote for all that sugar stuff, sugar in the tank stuff. I'm against all that.
It's
Rainbow
faggotry,
color stuff.
Afrodamas. Call it what it is. It's faggot shit.
Exactly. So
Dog, we can't.
and also it's like,
Same gender loving. Same
yeah,
gender loving. All right,
yeah.
go ahead.
So you look at it, the same group of people coming from the same countries telling you about how people are family oriented, but these people are coming here voting for people who are against family stuff. This person talking about Black Lives Matter. Like, what kind of man follows two fat lesbians? That's not a
Fact.
real man.
It was 3 Afrodamas. It
Yeah,
was 3.
yeah,
They had one in the cut.
Fact, bro.
yeah, especially coming from a country where if those women speak, they would take a machete and they would separate their head from their body. But over here, they are coming here telling you, pretending like they hate the white man so much. Yeah, they hate the white man. They hate the white man so much. They pack their bags
Mhm.
consciously. They did whatever it takes to come to the white man's country. And today, the white man,
Mhm.
you're seeing people on television, right? Online.
Let me ask
This let me
Afrodamus a
finish.
question.
Let me finish, sir. Let me finish. You're seeing people literally, they are willing to put their life on the line because they don't want to go back to the countries where they are, they are flying this country's flag. You guys remember this? They're flying it, but they don't want to
Mhm.
go back. Black people have reduced themselves to a position where even Somalis, mind you, Somalia is the worst country in the world in every metric. In Somalia, they don't have a age limit for marriage. They can marry little girls. Okay, their education level, there's none of that over there. Those people are coming here running roughshod on you, and you gave them that power. It's time to wake up. Stop listening to this Jamaican bumbleclad. If he don't like it, let him go back to Jamaica. We put you on the bus for free. We'll call ICE on you and get you melted in Jamaica. Thank you.
Okay, let me ask
Bro,
Afrodamus
that's
a
the
question.
immigrant we
Let me
want.
ask
The
Afrodamus a
assimilated
question.
immigrant. That's
Before you go, let me
an
ask
assimilated
Afrodamus a
immigrant.
question. So Afrodamus, right, brought up the fact that in some countries, if you're a lesbian, they'll kill you essentially, right? Does
Your
he
your
want
country, your country
hold on,
especially.
hold on. Does he want that to happen in America? Should they be killed for being lesbians? That's my
Sir,
question to you.
look, here's the thing. You do this kind
Afrodamus,
of. Hold
should
on. Let
they
me
Dependent
let me
perception.
answer. Let me answer. First of all, okay. In your country, for example, you know that morally, just because the government says something here, because
that does not
hold on,
happen
hold
in
on,
those
hold on.
countries?
Hold on. Let me finish. The state that I live in, these people, they will literally give these people needles to shoot up. Okay, does that mean just because these people are encouraging it and this is bad for people, that tells you that it's evil people in charge trying to delete these people? Does that mean you're gonna come here and promote that when this is morally wrong? Just because
Afrodamus,
these other people don't know any better, so you are going to
Afrodamus,
help to eliminate those people.
Afrodamus. I asked you a question. You went around in circles. Now,
Sir,
That was
sir,
the
sir,
one
question.
second,
you're
one second,
asking a dumb
Afrodamus, one
question.
second,
That's
It's
not
a
that's
dumb
not
one
what
second,
question.
it's a
Afrodamus.
It's
dumb
a
One
question.
second,
disingenuous question.
Afrodamus.
Bro,
Man,
that
this
was
is
a great question,
Afrodamus,
bro.
Afrodamus. I
man,
will
you're asking
answer
a dumb question,
Afrodamus.
sir.
Weak
That
question.
wasn't a
Afrodamus.
dumb question.
Afrodamus. Let's have a
Look,
discussion. I will
look,
answer
look.
your
Here,
question.
here's the
No, one
thing. Here's
second.
the thing.
1 second.
Here's okay. Let me
I'll
answer this.
answer.
Let me
Go
answer
ahead.
it. Right. Here's
Mm.
the thing. Right.
Should they be killed? That's the question.
That's not.
Should we
Here's the
import the
thing.
third world and
Over
kill them? That's
here.
what
Well,
my question.
here's the thing. I don't
Mm.
do hypotheticals. Over here, they
Okay.
give you the option. It's already on the ballot, right? I chose not to follow lesbians or vote for people
Okay, so
who
you would kill
promote
them.
it.
I got your answer. I got your
Oh,
answer.
you
I
can
got
you
your
can
answer.
say whatever you
You
like.
would import
You
the
see,
third
you see,
world.
you
You
guys
just
see this.
railed against
This is
Judaism.
what this is what these people do. Mind
Afrodamus,
you,
this is
Yes.
what he was doing 30 minutes ago.
there you go.
He'll take whatever you say. If you say you going to Walmart, some type of way he'll be like, well, that means that you wanted everybody that went to Kmart as a clown. Does he say that stupid shit and he's like
If you
retarded or
are
something?
not intelligent
Well,
enough to
you
see
ain't
the
nothing about
what
you
you're
because you
saying,
asking dumb
I can't
questions.
help
So that
you.
damn person
If
who
you
born
are
here,
not
that intelligent
intelligent
enough
enough to
about their
figure out
country,
what you're
bro.
saying, I can't
Well, you
help
are
you.
dumb. You
He
are
is
dumb as
saying
shit.
in those countries they will
But
do
we,
this to these
hey,
people
Afrodamas,
that
we
he
asked him a
believes
simple
that should
question.
happen
We
here.
was
That's the
like, do you
question.
know how many illegal immigrants that came over here in the United States? Any other thing, he know everything else. But he was like, oh, I got to look that up. I can't say
Oh
it
yeah.
for a fact.
I looked it up. You want the number now?
Boy,
Look,
no,
look,
we don't want it now. That shit was 30
Okay.
minutes
look,
ago.
look.
You didn't say you had it. You been quiet for 30
The
minutes.
bottom,
You
because
fucking
you've been
curry goat
talking the
eating
whole time, and when I
bitch.
try to butt in,
You
and
didn't
then I
Look,
say
keep
a
quiet,
word. You
and
wanted
then
to
when I
interrupt
start
me when I
talking,
was talking
start
like
running
a
off again.
female. And that's why nobody don't pay attention. Hey, you know what? You know what you need to do, John? You need to get you a better mic, though, for real. All bullshit aside, you need to get you a better mic. Whatever you talking on, I don't know if
It's an
you're talking through
AirPod
a
Pro. That's what
coconut.
it is, an
No,
AirPod Pro.
I'm being straight up. Everybody else voice is on a certain level. You're coming in low.
I know, but
I'm
it's an
just,
AirPod Pro. I got to figure
look,
it out.
look, look.
yeah.
There's a state senator in Florida, right? He proposed a bill and they passed the bill to
To kill lesbians?
to stop all help to illegal immigrants here. And the Haitian community there, they are upset. They say because he's Haitian. And this is what I want people to understand. Just because you came here illegally, that doesn't mean we're in the same boat. We're not the same. You are here illegally, so you got to go. That's what the laws are over here. And this is what America needs to go, get back on. Look at Ilhan Omar. These black people that are running here talking about, the Somalis, this Somali, that. Of all the billions that you are hearing that they are siphoning, how much of it did Ilhan Omar and her people, sit there and be like, you know what? We sometimes pretend to be black. Let's throw, the blacks some bone. They were there, opening all these fake daycares. Did they put black people on the game? They didn't do
Nope.
it because they don't
Oh,
care
thank you.
about you. They're here to gaslight you. Everybody, I'll tell you, most of these immigrants, not majority, they see blacks as dumb. I'm for real. This is
Oh,
the
I know they
mentality.
do.
They see
I
black
know they
people
do.
as dumb. For real. That's how they see you. Because
Afrodamas,
yeah,
hold on, Afrodama. But we give them that. I tell people all the time, we give them the ammunition. I talking to my family members, Afrodamas. I say nobody made you put that dumb shit on the internet. Nobody made you
Yep,
hit
we
play.
do,
You
man.
recorded that shit in HD. We give them the ammunition. Do you get
right,
what I'm saying? Go
right.
ahead, Afrodamas.
Yeah. You're 100% correct. Like, people are kicking back, sitting there watching. Mind you, this guy is Jamaican, right? From Jamaica. He came here. Why would you allow this person to cry about racism to you? He's from a country where they are majority black. Even myself, if I talk about racism to you, tell me, Afridamos, why don't you pack your bags and get back to, where there was no racism? You see what I'm saying?
Who's crying
Can
about
I
Like,
respond
racism,
to
like,
that?
Afrodamus?
like. So, and also another thing they do.
Why
You
Crying
should
about
immigrants cry about
lesbians, and
racism,
you're
bro?
saying
look,
that
Just
they
go
look,
should
home.
kill
look,
him.
look, look,
Who's crying about
and
racism?
think
You're
about
crying
it.
about
Think
lesbians and
about
say
it.
you should kill them. Who's
Think
crying? I'm
about
not
it.
crying about
Think
racism.
about.
You're crying about
Let me.
lesbians.
You're over here
I'm saying
disrespecting
you
the
should
best
kill them.
president. You are here disrespecting the
Huh?
best president
Afrodama said
of all
earlier.
times. You
Afrodama
are
said
here.
earlier.
Let me
Not
finish.
Afrodamas.
You are
President
here
Kimberly
disrespecting
Clinton
the
said he
best
killed
president of
85%
all
of black
times.
people. He's crying. I'm not
Yeah.
Wait,
crying.
can I
You
respond to that?
yeah, you are here disrespecting, the best president of our time here in America, and if you don't like it, just go back. You got your own country. Like we as
And that's
Americans, we're
why,
not gonna
yeah,
put
yeah,
up with this
Can I
anymore.
respond? Can I
Not,
respond?
not
exactly.
concerned
And
with them
that's why we
destroying
support it.
his country and social.
Can I respond to that?
That's why Trump won the popular vote. That means more Americans voted for Trump than Biden overwhelmingly.
Exactly.
We are done. And then you see these people on this panel talking. You're right. They do see us
Hey, should Trump
African
get a
Americans
third
as
term?
stupid.
Should Trump run again in 2028?
Can
He's
I?
He
not
should.
going to get
He should
he
because
should. He should.
yeah,
They
because
got all the
here's the
legal
thing.
immigrants.
Here's the
They'll
thing.
get their ass up
Trump,
out of here.
So 2 terms in the Constitution. We should do away with
sir,
that. So
here's
Trump can
how
run.
it works. He can make Vance
Give a
the
damn
front
about
So
runner,
two
America.
and
Get
he
terms.
out of here,
became,
bro.
and he
We should.
became.
The
Hold on,
moment the
let me
country falls,
explain.
your ass will be up
So
out of
you
here.
should
Let
do.
me explain it to
Afrodamas,
you.
you're
Let me
talking too much,
explain.
man. Answer the
Let me
question quickly,
explain
man.
it to you how it would work. Vance can run, and he can be the VP. He's still in the driver's seat.
Oh,
That's
so
how
we
it
should
would.
do what Putin did in Russia when he had
Sir, not we, because not
Medvedev
we. There is
take
no
over.
we. There is no we
Hey, as
because
an
you,
American, it's
sir,
we. I'm an
sir. No,
American.
no, no,
It's
no. There
we.
is no we. You
We.
are against Trump, so therefore
We,
there is
as an
no we.
American, you see,
No,
you
no, no,
don't
no.
love the
There is
Constitution.
no
You
we.
don't
There
love
is.
America
Look,
because the
there
First
is no.
Amendment gives me the
You're
freedom of
over
speech,
here.
and you
You're
don't like
over here
that.
going against the Constitution, talking about they should allow illegals into this
The
country. What's
Constitution
wrong
says
with you?
2 terms. You're
Exactly,
going
bro.
against
And
Yeah,
it.
that's why we need him out of here, bro.
yeah.
Constitution says 2 terms. You're going against it,
I,
and
I,
saying we
I,
should do what
I'll
Russia
say
did
this.
with Putin.
I'll say this.
You're
I'm,
anti-American.
I'm against illegals just walking into this country. I think Donald Trump has done a good job in closing up the border. My my mom's family's from Jamaica. My mom's from Jamaica. All of my family members that came from Jamaica came here the right way. If you coming in here illegally, you're not getting properly vetted, you just feel like you just don't take over this country, you shouldn't be here. If you don't have respect for this country, you shouldn't be here. I hear a lot of people that live in this country that are immigrants, and some of them don't have anything good to say about this country. They say as much disrespectful stuff all the time when they are in this country. Like, why the fuck are you in America and you don't have nothing good to say about it?
Yeah,
Not
but you
one
can't
good
hear the
thing.
Can I
disrespect that
respond to that? Let
Afrodamas
me
is
respond to that
saying.
for a second.
Afrodamas
Y'all
said it
riding
should
off
have
of
3 terms.
white
Come on, you guys,
Afrodamas
white
said we should kill
liberals are
lesbians.
using
That's
for power.
disrespectful
That's why.
stuff.
yeah,
That's against the
can
law
I
of
say
this
this?
country.
Can I say this? So for decades, right? And I witnessed this myself, and I was in Black American movements. For decades, Black Americans were for illegal immigration because at the time they thought that the illegal immigrants would eventually become, citizens and vote in their interests. And what changed, which is a recent change, it's a couple of reasons, but one of the main reasons is the reparations, right? When African Americans started to see that it was a possibility, then when you get money, when money is in the scene, then attitudes change. So then Black Americans were like, we're not going to share this because we don't have to, because it was our ancestors. That's one. Two, Black Americans thought that the immigrants would vote in the same direction as them, which is for Kamala. And when they lost the election, I think this is my opinion. I feel that Black Americans then realized that they were no longer the majority minority that could swing the vote, because Latinos helped swing the vote to the Republicans. And Black Americans, I don't know why Black Americans are saying that they caused Trump to win the election, which is not true, because 90% of Black women voted for Kamala and 80% of Black men voted for Kamala. So this is a recent phenomenon that Black Americans are disillusioned with Democrats. So that's my perception based on my years living in this country and seeing the attitudes, the political attitudes changing, shifting from pro immigration to anti immigration. This is not something that Black Americans were, and if you think I'm wrong, then you can correct me. But based on
Black
my
Americans in the South do not like illegal immigration. Yes, you are correct. Like maybe in like New York or Chicago, but you have to understand. Under Biden, Texas was shipping illegal immigrants to places like Chicago, sanctuary cities in New York, and finally that kind of shook Black Americans up because they started seeing how these white liberals, these Democrats, who they always vote for, are sitting up there putting illegal immigrants in hotels using taxpayer money to support illegal immigrants, give them food cards, give them housing while doing nothing for the black poor. So yeah, it took a shook up like that when black Americans start being impacted. But here in Texas in the South, you could talk to these African Americans, even when they vote Democrat, they all say the same thing. I may not like Trump, but I do agree he needs to get these immigrants up out of here because it's too many in Texas. But yeah, you're right. Up north, they didn't feel the illegal immigrant pressure until Texas started shipping into them. And then that way they can see illegal immigration is definitely a problem.
Look, ever since Trump came down that escalator, I was like, finally, there goes the person. We needed this man. Truth, he was speaking facts. Okay, people loved Trump until when he ran for president. Because he's not part of the gang. When he came down that escalator, the words that he spoke, I said they were all truthful because at the time I was a corrections officer, by the way. I've worked in corrections for 8 years in the past, right? So I understood the demographics. I understood the type of, when he mentioned those who are bringing drugs and some of them rapists, he wasn't lying. I had access to the files. I could read it and see it for myself. But then the media comes there like, oh, that's racist. No, that's factual. I was waiting for someone who would finally come out and speak the truth. Okay. I voted for Obama one time. And, the universe punished me for that. People don't understand when
How
you
did the
vote
universe
for,
punish you, Afrodamas? How?
I suffered. I
How did you
suffered.
suffer? How did you suffer?
That was the worst time,
In what way? In what way?
I suffered. Okay,
In
that's
what
all you need
way?
to know.
You made
You
less
know,
money. You went to
No,
prison.
no, sir. I was already working as a corrections officer, right?
So how
And
did you
he
suffer?
he ushered
He kicked you
because
out
I
the
voted. Hold
country.
on, I voted for somebody who who promoted in this LGBTQ
And
stuff.
how did that affect
And
your life?
hold
How
on,
did
let
that
me
hurt
finish.
you?
When I'm walking around downtown, I got people, blowing kiss at me and stuff like trying to hit on me.
So you're
That
that good
was
looking. All right, good.
that was a problem. Okay, and also,
Are you sure you're
during
not
that,
gay, man? Why
I
they blowing
mean,
kisses at
I
you,
mean,
man? You sure you're not gay,
HIV
bro?
is high in the black
No man
community
ever
due
blow a
yeah,
to
kiss at me.
and and
homosexuality.
and and
So
and
how is that helpful to the black
yeah,
race?
and also
How is not starting families helpful to the black race where you got
yeah,
two able black men loving each other instead of
Afrodamas, were
starting
you
a
in a gay
family with
club
a
or
black
something, man?
woman?
Come on,
How is that
man. Were you in a
helpful
gay
to the
club?
black race?
Were you in a gay club,
Exactly.
Afrodamas? Come on, man.
Exactly.
Come on,
None of
come on,
that,
bro.
none of that LGBT shit that you immigrants vote for, which you will die in your homeland.
Brother, you
But,
don't know
but
math
you come
apparently
over
because you're
here
talking about
and you
immigrants vote for
betray your quote
Sim
unquote
Police
fellow
already told you it's
African
only 3
because you
million.
know that white
So
liberal
so
would
so
deport
the
your ass.
80%
So
of
you
blacks
think
that
that the
vote can't
African
be all
American
immigrants.
population is just going to
Simp
go
already
along
told
and
you.
do
You
what
don't
you
know math,
say
bro. Come on,
so you
man. Do
can do
some math,
whatever
bro.
your white liberal master tells you to do?
Think
No,
about it
no.
for a minute. Think about the
Afrodamus
math.
is
You
an
think about your
assimilated
math, brother.
African American. These are the immigrants we want.
Think
We
about
want the immigrants
math.
who care about this country.
Think
We
about
don't
math
want
for
these
a minute,
lames
brother.
coming over here,
Brother,
opening up
brother,
borders, not
brother,
not giving a damn
brother.
about this
Think
country.
about math for a minute. Think about math for a minute. Because if there's 3 million black Americans from outside of America here, and 80% of black men, there's no way that it's immigrants just voting for this stuff. Black Americans voting for it too. Why you ain't
Sir,
counting them?
nobody's
Why
saying
you
they
so
are
biased,
not.
bro?
Nobody's saying
Nobody's
this.
saying
This
they're
is
not.
You in the
nobody's
gay
not.
club,
And
man.
we
Admit
do
it, brother. You're in the
understand
gay
that there
club,
are
man. Come on,
African
man.
Americans voted for that. But you have to understand, Trump did get the majority of African Americans. Yes, I will concede to the
Trump
fact there
did
are some
not get
African
the
Americans that
majority
voted.
African American
Yes,
votes.
Man, he
no,
got
no,
a
he
lot
did
of
not
men.
get the
Men.
majority of
But
African
not the
American vote. I take that back.
majority.
He got
Not
the
the
most black
majority.
vote out of in. Yeah, I know.
But
I
not
misspoke.
the
Hear me out. Hear me out.
majority. You have
Not
a
the
problem with
majority,
math,
but the
brother? You have a
most
problem with
a
math or telling the
Republican
truth?
ever
Which
has.
one?
So you know what that means?
Which one do you
Black
have a
people are
problem with?
waking up.
Which
We
one do you
are
have a
waking
problem
up
with?
against
Math
the
or telling
white
the truth? Which one? Math or
liberal
telling the truth?
control
Which one?
media that you follow. That's that controls CNN, MSNBC, The Breakfast Club, Hollywood,
And
the
you
video
follow
game
no
industry,
media. You
big
follow no
businesses,
media.
social media, the white liberal that you like to call
And and
supremacists,
and,
but you follow and support.
and you
That supports
follow
your ass. They
and
don't
you
support
follow
black people like me who say get your ass up out of here and put America first. They don't support me. They support the goddamn traitors who sit there and push social agendas that destroy the black family, such as feminism, LGBT nonsense. They support you. They don't support
did that
me.
cause you to lose your job? Did it cause you to lose your
Oh, here we
healthcare?
go.
Did it
Look,
cause you to
look.
lose your
You know,
education?
Bro,
Ja,
what are you
Ja,
talking
How did
about?
it
Ja,
harm
What
you?
the fuck
Ja,
up?
Yeah, yeah.
Ja,
These
Come
Ja,
people
on.
you would
give
have
a damn
preferred.
about this country.
Hold on,
Apple
Ja, you
bottoms
would
are in the
have.
gay club, man.
Hold
Admit
on,
it,
Ja,
bro.
Ja, you would have preferred Kathleen Kamala over Trump. Here's the thing. Ever since Trump
Yes, she
won,
would have been better.
here's the
She
thing.
would have
Ever
been
since
better.
Trump
He
won,
has
let me
to
tell
say
you.
that because he will get
Yeah.
deported, bro. He
Ever
has to
since,
say that, bro.
ever since Trump won, every day feels like Christmas to me. Every day. I
Yeah,
remember
because you like
yeah,
dictatorships.
yeah,
Like
and
where
you
you
know,
came from.
especially when he went and
Like where
picked
you
up
came from. That's why you
when
want
he picked
lesbians
up
deported. And that's why Trump
Maduro,
wants
when he
85%
picked
of
up
black people to be
Maduro,
killed.
like you know,
You guys are
I mean,
crazy.
yeah,
You need
it's
medical
lovely.
treatment.
You know,
You
America.
need psychological help.
Look. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're trying to turn this
You need a
place
counselor, bro.
into a third world country. That's not gonna
I
happen,
don't
sir.
even understand how Kamala
That's
Harris
what
would
you're voting
help
for.
black people.
That's
I
what
Yeah.
mean,
you're
yeah,
voting for.
I think that she will help illegal immigrants
And you guys
and
have
the
no
immigrant population,
consistency.
but she does not help black people and the natives at all. That's what you got to think about, bro. Why did the overwhelming majority still vote for Trump when 90% of the media was still against him? He had 90% negative country coverage.
So when the overwhelming
What does
majority
that
voted
say
for Biden
about
in
the
2020,
native
what happened?
population?
The
That
overwhelming
means the
majority
native
voted for Biden in
population doesn't
2020.
care.
The
We need to get y'all
overwhelming
up
majority
out of
voted for
here.
Biden in
We see that
2020.
you
What's the
guys are
problem?
a
The
problem.
overwhelming majority voted for Biden in 2020. And Trump is crying about it, saying
Nah, that
it was
election was
stolen.
That
stolen,
is
sir.
You
contested,
see?
man. That
Yes,
one is
exactly. You
contested,
guys
man. That's
don't
contested,
believe in
man.
American
I do not
democracy. You
believe the
don't love this
majority of
country.
Americans
You
voted
don't
for
love
Look,
this
Biden.
country.
Biden got the
look,
most
You
votes
Ja,
out
you
of
Ja,
love the
everybody.
Constitution.
before
You
I
want
leave,
America to be
Ja,
like Russia.
Ja, Ja, you
You
need
want
to
him to you want you want him to be there
stop being
forever like a king.
anti-American. You need
You
to
This
want
stop
him to
guy
being
be there
listens to
forever
the
like a
same
yeah.
king.
white
You
media
want
that
him to
he
be
calls
there
white
forever like a
supremacists.
king.
It is
You don't
unbelievable,
believe in
man.
America. You don't believe in the
And
Constitution.
here's the
You don't
thing. The
believe in
next
freedom of speech,
look,
He
look.
talks
freedom of
about white
religion.
supremacy, but look at his talking points. He sounds like a white liberal woman on CNN. He sounds like one of the white
And
liberal
you sound
feminists,
like a
don't he?
racist
Right
KKK
on
member.
TV, like, bro,
And you
I
sound
said,
like a
bro,
racist
you talk
KKK
about
member.
white
And you
supremacy,
sound like
right?
Nick
Why are you
Fuentes. And you
emulating the
sound like
white
Tariq
media? Come
Nasheed.
up with your own
And you
thoughts.
sound like Tariq Nasheed and KKK and Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson. That's what you sound like.
How is
Ja,
Tariq Nasheed a part of the KKK? This guy, yeah.
Do you like Marcus
The
Garvey?
same anti-immigrant rhetoric, same
Ja,
rhetoric. You guys got
do
the
you
same
agree?
rhetoric, nothing different. I told
Do you
Aphrodite
like
this already.
Marcus Garvey?
He has the same rhetoric.
Hold on, do you like Marcus Garvey?
I think that Marcus Garvey had a lot of issues. I think that's
No,
why he
that's
met
not
with
the
the
question. Do
KKK.
you agree with Marcus Garvey?
I don't really support him, not necessarily, no.
You don't agree with him.
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Because Marcus Garvey, the KKK and Marcus Garvey, they agreed with each other. In
Because they
fact,
have similar
they
ideas, just like I
you
told you.
know.
You
So
and Tariq
yeah.
Nasheed are the same.
Okay.
That's why I told you that that already.
Yeah.
You guys are the same. The
Yeah.
only difference is he says the immigrants are the problem, and you say AAs are the problem. That's the only difference. You
God,
guys are the
y'all are a
same rhetoric.
problem
You
because
divide
you
people.
guys
That's what you
work
do. You
against the
divide
interests of the
people, and
American
you
people.
cause chaos
You
and
guys work
destruction.
for big
You guys don't
businesses.
love this
Y'all work for
country. You don't like
NGOs.
freedom of speech. You
That's
don't like
why y'all
freedom of
are pissed
religion.
off
You don't
that
like
Elon
freedom of the
Musk
press.
was
You don't
cutting
like
off
this stuff,
Doge.
and you
But,
vote
but,
for people
but
that don't like that stuff. And if we follow your path, we're gonna end up doing what you said the other countries do, that plenty of people around the world ran away from, and killing people because they disagree with you.
Oh,
What? What?
please.
What are you talking
I mean,
about? What?
He's the
look,
one
here's
that
the
said
thing.
lesbians get killed in third world countries. So he wants it here in
Bro, the
America.
only
If
people I see getting assassinated for freedom of speech are
yeah,
conservatives, bro. Like
you're over here
Charlie Kirk.
applying.
And then I saw Trump making a speech and someone tried to assassinate him.
Look,
Why are there no
What about the
assassinations
two
on these
lawmakers
white
in
liberal
Minnesota that
Democrats?
were
you
killed?
know,
The
even
two
yesterday,
Democratic lawmakers in
did you
Minnesota
guys
that
hear
were
this?
killed. What about them?
Somebody shot at Trump's
Apples and
car.
oranges.
Did you
What
guys
about
hear
the
this?
two lawmakers in Minnesota that were killed? What about them? The Democrats.
Go ask Tim Walz about that.
You see, you're another conspiracy theorist.
Oh,
You guys don't believe in
What was
facts.
it some
You don't believe in
conservatives?
this country. You want America to be like Putin's Russia, where
oh,
Putin
Bro,
stepped down and made
you
Medvedev
need to
the
get your
chief,
own
and
mind,
then
bro.
he comes
You
back
need to
in.
get your own mind, bro. Like you're like one of those immigrants, bro. Like I see why the Democrats like y'all,
Yeah,
bro,
go
because
ahead and
you
divide and
buy
conquer with the
everything
immigrant
you hear
stuff.
on TV, bro. You
Afrodamas, by
sound
the
like
way, if
like
this
a
guy
wild
takes
Harris.
over, you're on the chopping block. Never disagree with him. You better stay in line, or he's
All
gonna
right, guys.
chop you
All
up.
right, guys. We got to close out. Everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe to Next Time Family Dynasty. Search for Rule. Peace.
Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.